ETF or real estate? Dr. Lina, which one should I invest in? And that's what we're going to be talking about today. We are on a journey as a $0 to $1 million status, $0 to $1 million status. Welcome in, Robin. How are you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing on a beautiful, beautiful Friday evening? Welcome in, everyone. How are you all doing today? So, ETF or real estate, which one should you invest in? And as a matter of fact, we are on a journey $0 to $1 million. What is the exact step? The 9 step journey. We started it already, but we are going to keep talking about it today. Let's go with concluding part. Isaac, how are you? Royal daughter, how are you? Naigaza. Lois, welcome in. How are you all doing? Welcome in. And we know the drill. Let's tap out the live. Let's share out the live. We'll get the class started as soon as we get 5,000 taps. So good to have each and every one of you today. Awesome, awesome. And if you're new here, this is the $1 Million League, the community of millionaires, people that aspire to be a millionaire. Or your goal might be, you know what, I want to gain financial freedom. Yours may be like, okay, you know what, the $1 million status. Yours may be like, you know what, I just need to end this paycheck to paycheck cycle. That might just be yours. BK, Lexin, Near Gold, Steven, Bad Boy, Jazzy. Yeah, whatever your goal is when it comes to let it be financial freedom. Because what is financial freedom? Financial freedom is your ability to live life at your own terms. Awesome. Thank you all for tapping out the live. Gloria. Yeah. So let your goal be financial freedom, because money is just a tool. When you gain that financial freedom, BK, Python Science, when you gain that financial freedom, you will see life is going to be different. Okay. Yeah, money is just a tool. Welcome in. And if you're just meeting me, I'm Dr. Lina, GDK, Mac Shops. Welcome in. How are you all doing today? Yes. Once you get to that financial freedom status, you see things different. And you've just joined in here today. I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology, and I help professionals turn their income into real wealth. And what does this mean? We are building a community of millionaires. This is the $1 Million League. Welcome, welcome in each and every one of us. Yeah. And we'll start tapping out the live. We'll get the class started as soon as we get 5,000 taps. 5,000 taps and 50 shares, we get the class started. How are you all doing? It's Friday, guys. It's Friday. It's Friday. How are you all doing? Flo, HR King, how are you doing? Yes. What is ETF? What is real estate? Millionaire status, financial freedom. Of course, we know what it is, by the way, right? It's just because you see financial, there's a missing end, we know, okay? Because some people point that out, but there's always a limit in character that you can put in that TikTok allows us. That's why. All right, but just in case, right? So in case you're laughing, welcome in on the YouTube side. How are you doing? And by the way, I am in Texas, in United States. Indicate where you're connecting from. Drop where you're connecting from. We are on the on for country number 62. In 11 days or 12 days. You just subscribe. Leo, thank you so much. So good to have you. Where are you connecting from, Leo? Where are you connecting from? So good to have you. Rosemary, how are you doing? Cool Gina, Elfosos, Oyemi, right? Bless 063. Welcome in, Casey. How are you all doing today? Welcome in on a Friday. Can you imagine the month is about to get to an end? But it's not going to get to an end until we have done our 12 days 12 days wealth building challenge, which is going to start on Monday. I'm fine, Leo. We do have both two communities today. We have the YouTube and we have the TikTok community, and we're going to get the class started as soon as the TikTok community taps up to 5,000 taps. We will get the exact journey $0 to $1 million, the exact plan. That's what we're going to be talking about. Welcome in each and every one of us. Awesome. And if you're new here, Victoria, how are you? Welcome in. Awesome. Let me know where you're connecting from. So good to have each and every one of you. Make sure you click on the subscribe button if you have not done that. JSO, welcome in. Brave Strong, welcome in. Digital Wealth. I love that. Welcome in. Sweet baby crew, welcome in. Awesome, awesome. Right. So if you're just meeting me, like I said, I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor. This is my first time watching. Oh, thank you so much. I hope you love my videos, right? Your first time watching my videos. I'm glad you love it. Super J, how are you doing? Let me know where you're connecting from. And thank you for tapping out that live. Loma, thank you for tapping out that live. Let's, as soon as we get to, the quicker we start, Loma already know, the quicker we start tapping out the live. Once we get to 5,000 taps on the TikTok side, we get the class started. And we have a lot to cover today. We're going to do a recap from, we started this series on $0 to $1 million, the exact plan. We started it on Monday. Sierra Leone, awesome. Oh, Sierra Leone was maybe like country number 25. So good to have you. Make sure you click on that follow button. What videos do you make? I talk about personal finance, right? Building wealth, financial freedom, anything on this space. And as a matter of fact, when we talk about money, when we talk about wealth, we talk about wealth is there 5 types of wealth. Loma, thank you so much for tapping out. Let's keep tapping out the live. Let's keep tapping out. Dr. Jimmy, welcome in. Let's keep tapping out the live. We're talking about ETF, real estate, how to get to that $1 million startup, ending the paycheck to paycheck cycle, financial freedom, all of those things are the things that we talk about here. And this is the $1 million league, okay? The League of Millionaires, people that aspire to become one, or you already won, okay? You aspire or you already won. That's exactly what this community is. So whenever you click on that follow button, we're going to welcome you on the red carpet of the MDL $1 million League. And we are on a financial freedom drive, okay? And what does this mean? All through this month of July, Loma, God, thank you so much for getting your daily at me. Let's all get our daily at me as well as tap out the live. Once we get to 5,000 taps, we will get started. So what does financial freedom drive mean? The goal of the drive is to ultimately reduce crime. How do we reduce crime? By reducing poverty. How does all this, right? How does it reduce poverty? When this is financial education, there's a lot of financial gap. There's a lot of knowledge gap when it comes to financial education, right? Building wealth, gaining financial freedom. People often think that their income equals wealth, but income doesn't equal wealth. It's what you do with it that makes you build wealth. Ezumoy, welcome in. Latest millionaire in town. Well done. Welcome, welcome, welcome on the red carpet. It's what you do with that income that really matters. You can be a medical doctor or you can be or whatever, making so much income, like $500,000. If you don't invest it in the right place, this is my only 3 times someone read my text. Oh, really? Yeah, always come around and Victoria at last getting your daily at me. Let's make it a habit. If you're new here, get your daily at me, tap out the live, okay? Share out the live, that's how we do it. Comment, say hello, so we welcome you appropriately. And if you're sitting here for a minute or two, click on the follow button. Click on the follow button. We are doing the concluding part of the 0 to 1 million how to get from a $0 to 1 million. We're having the concluding part today. Yes, Loma, yes, you got it, right? That's the part that we're concluding. The last 3 steps are what we're concluding. But guess what? We're going to recap because we don't leave any soldier behind. Just so maybe you missed day 1, Monday through Thursday. We do not leave any soldier. So what is any soldier? AKA any millionaire behind. So if you're new here, drop your new or just drop 1. You're new, drop 1. You are 20. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. Awesome. That's great. Yes, almost there. We're pushing, right? We are pushing. Leo, thank you so much for, you are absolutely amazing, engaging over there. So if you're new here, drop 1 in the comment section so that we can know if how much we're going to go back to teach today. Okay, so we're going to recap today. We're going to do that tomorrow, and then we're going to have family and finance on Sunday. Who enjoyed family and finance? I'm finding Steven, right? Make sure you click on the follow button and come and learn, right? Come and learn how to build wealth the right way. Il Ade, make sure you welcome in. Thank you so much for tapping out the live. Once we get to 5,000 taps, we'll get it all started. 5,000 taps and 50 shares. Let's also share. Can we press how do you share? Press my forehead on the screen. Opal, it's been a minute. Jojuka, how are you? It's so good to see each and every one of us today. Welcome in, everyone. And from my guys on YouTube, so good to have you guys tonight. It's so amazing spending time with you guys tonight on a Friday night. So good to have you. Awesome. So make sure you click on that subscribe button if you haven't done so. And you've been sitting there for a minute or two and you haven't clicked on that follow button. Make sure you do that. Get your daily at me, tap out the live. Class will be in session. So we stop all those jokes. And of course, we're going to get the class in session, right? We're going to be all serious because making money is a serious business. Otherwise, everybody will be a millionaire. You agree with me, right? Everybody will be a millionaire. But guess what? It's not a it's a serious business. That's why everybody is not. And it's just a few selects that decide to put the effort behind it. So like I was saying, you see me more on this July with on a financial freedom drive. And this is to help as many people to gain financial education. Financial education is going to help them build financial freedom. Jason, so good to have you back. How are you doing? Right? It's going to help them with financial freedom. When you gain financial freedom, that's definitely going to reduce poverty. And when poverty is reduced, right, what's going to happen? Crime is going to go down because poverty and crime, they are brothers and sisters, they are best friends, husband and wife. When there's poverty, there's crime. So all the way, right, you see the D neighborhood, right, where you see, a big man and a full-grown man riding a kid's bicycle. You already know that kind of neighborhood. You know that, there's crime and there's poverty right there. But that's what we're trying to reduce. That's what we're trying to, in our own little way. So when you tap out that life, when you share out that life, know that that's what you're doing. Remember to get your daily at me. Indeed, if you're new, Galactic, how are you doing? Joseph, how are you doing? We are continuing on the series 0 to 1 million, the exact plan, $1 million. And you're wondering, is it even possible? I mean, I know the questions that is going through people's mind. The million, just like that, okay? To just mention millions just like that. Is it that easy, right? Not even million in another currency. Maybe she's talking about million in another currency. Maybe it's, right? I already know the way you're thinking, but you need to change your mindset first. Now, the thing, tell me, how are you? It's been a minute. The first thing first when it comes to wealth building is the change. You need to rewind your mindset, right? You need to have an open mind. If somebody tells you millionaire, why don't you put it the honors, right, to the person, right? Prove it to me or show it to me. Learn, right? Have an open mind. Show it to me. Have an open mind, right? Worst case, what's the worst thing that can happen? She doesn't have anything to tell you. But what if there is the opportunity right there? Because this is a life-changing opportunity, right? I tell you, people pay thousands of dollars to come and learn all these things that we are teaching for free. But because we are doing on a financial freedom drive, this July, you might not see me this frequently in August, by the way. So enjoy my face while you see it. Enjoy my learning while you see it. Okay. MK, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Welcome in on the red carpet of the MDL. Remember to let's get our daily at me. Let's get our daily at me. It shows that you are fine. It helps this life. And as well, you're going to get about 30 points back. It's one of the, if you have a penny or it's a cent to spend in this life, that would be get your daily at me. You would see it right here. A daily at me. Everyone, make sure you get your daily at me. You'll be sitting here for more than 2 minutes. You'll be sitting here more than 2 minutes. Make sure you click on the follow button. Make sure you click on that follow button. We're going to get the class started as soon as we get to 5,000 tabs. So for those that are new, there's some things that might be different about this life because this is class, right? If you are just meeting me, I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology. My day job is vice president of technology. TK443, latest millionaire in town, right? So you will notice that even if we are doing anything and somebody clicks on that follow button, it shows that the person has showed an interest to say, I want to become a millionaire, and we would stop everything to give that person a grand welcome, right? On the red carpet of millionaire. Man of faith Alicia, that is the latest millionaire in town. And Isabella, Texas Mama, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in, right? It's not easy to become a millionaire. And when we say that, there's two things that is happening right there. The fact that we call you out, we say you're a millionaire, it's going to happen because, of course, there's power of life and death in the tongue. But however, Aside that, that's one part of it, which is the spiritual part of it. But there's also the part of the physical. We execute. That's why we have the board and we are not waiting for God to come from above to do it for us. We are doing it. So you're going to get your pen and paper because class is about to get in session as soon as we get a 5,000 taps. So let's start tapping out the light because $0 to $1 million, the exact plan is what you're about to learn today. We started it on Monday. We are on step 7 right now, but we're going to finish. You're going to indulge me. We'll finish 7 to 10 to 9, and then we're going to start the class all over again for those people that are new here. If you're new here, drop 1 in the comment section. I'm new, drop 1 in the comment section. And you're wondering, who is this person that is teaching us? What sort of knowledge does he have? What is that pedigree or what is that credential to even say that she wants to teach you about $0 to $1 million? Okay, I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology. And of course, that still doesn't qualify me. Black, I relate. Welcome in. Welcome in. Let me know where you're connecting from. I'm a doctor of business and technology. And of course, my day job is vice president of technology. I'm also a professor teaching AI cybersecurity and deep learning. And you're wondering, okay, a professor, how does that talk about finance or making money? I'm an economist. My bachelor's is in economics and also a chartered accountant. But then, from Florida, from Germany, awesome. That's so beautiful. Make sure you click on that follow button if you have not done that. And basically, I was with this income. I've been investing for close to 2 decades, okay, being in the corporate world for close to 2 decades. So I do understand how it feels working and having paycheck, living paycheck to paycheck. I do understand when you're making money, but then you still see that you're not making fine, you're still financially stressed, you're not financially free. And until when I stopped saving. Okay. And I started doing what? Investing. What did I start investing? I started investing in ETF, real estate, businesses. That is when exactly I started building wealth. And that's exactly what I'll be teaching you today. Okay. That's part of the 9 steps. The exact step that I use, the exact step that is working for me, that's the exact step that I'll be teaching you today. And that made me, these exact strategy got me to this status, okay? And of course, gave me financial freedom. And of course, I'm able to teach you the same thing today. Welcome in each and every one of you. I'm black, I relate, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in on the red carpet of the $1 Million League. And this is the $1 Million League. I'm the convener of the $1 Million League, the community of millionaires, those that are already millionaires, that is wanting to scale to millionaires, multi-millionaires in dollars, and those that are aspiring to even become a millionaire. And yours might be like, you know what? I don't even want to become a millionaire. That millionaire thing is very stressful. I'm wondering. I don't understand. I wouldn't understand why. You're welcome. Right? I wouldn't understand why somebody would think that way, but I mean, people's preferences. But yours might be like, you know what? I just want to end this paycheck to paycheck cycle. Yours might be, I have debts to pay off. Yours might be financial freedom. I just want to gain financial freedom. Yeah, if that's you, right? Make sure you click on the follow button. Let's welcome you to the community where you belong. Kesalo George, latest millionaire in town, on the red carpet of the $1 Million League. Welcome in. And of course, we did get to the 5,000 taps. Everyone that did that, well done, well done, well done. You guys are absolutely amazing. I will get the class started. Can we also remember to do the power share? Steven, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in, Steven. Awesome, awesome. So press my forehead on the screen. For everyone that click on that follow button, remember to get your daily at me so we can have you as part of the fun of this community. It costs you 1 penny, but guess what? You will get 30 points back. 30 points back. It's one of the, if you have 1 penny to spend, get your daily at me. Instead of you have 1 penny, instead of doing roses, get your daily at me because you get 30 points back. Roses will give you one point, but what's it called? Daily at me gives you 30 points. Okay, it shows that you're a fan of this community. It also helps this community as well. Get your Go Populars help this community as well. And the other thing that I want to ask you is tap out the life. Okay, let's tap out the life non-stop. Share out the life. How do you share? How do you tap out the life? Just tap the screen non-stop. The second thing is share out the life. Christine, the realtor, welcome in. Share out the life. Press my forehead on the screen. That's the only time you're allowed to do that. All right. share out the screen, spread my forehead on the screen and share. Dodge, thank you so much for the repost. Repost help this live as well, especially if you have large following. Repost this live, it gets us on the FYP. When you do daily at meets, when you tap out the live, when you do all those things, it gets us on the FYP. You are also helping the society. You're giving back to the society, doing all of that because we are reducing poverty, because more people will come and learn how to build wealth. More people will come and learn how to do better with their finances, because of course these are not taught in school, unfortunately. I mean, or they decided to have a selective amnesia. They're still not teaching in school. They just taught you how to get income, but they did not teach you how to build wealth. They're two different things. Your income does not equal wealth. All right, so let's share out the life. The other thing is that this is going to be a two-way conversation. So you need to engage. I'm going to ask questions at times. You will need to put it in the comment section. You need to respond. Remember, I'm a professor, so we're going to do it that way. The other thing is that you also need to get your pen and paper ready. Pen and paper ready, because this is not your regular life. By the time you're done, you're right, your head will be heavy. Okay, Abby, right? Take your Abby. All right. What I will tell you is, yeah, take the time to actually, awesome. Perfect. Thank you so much for the repost. Let's get our daily admin. Let's keep tapping out the live. Let's get it to 10,000 taps. Really appreciate. We really move fast today. So the 9 steps to building wealth. Okay. The 9 steps to building wealth. Yesterday we started, we were already on number 7. So what we're going to do differently today, for if you are new, drop 1. You're new, so that we know how we're going to structure this, because we are already on number 7. Let's keep tapping out the live. Let's keep sharing out the live. We're already on number 7, right? On the 9-step process. Okay, Black Relate, right? You're new. Also indicate where you're connecting from. If you care, I am in Texas in United States, and we already have 61 countries represented in 12 days. 61 solid countries represented in 11 days. Awesome, perfect. So we're doing something great. Oh, also lastly, I'm not going to be, if somebody comes into your inbox and says, oh, you know what, I'm a backup account. This is my only account. I'm a backup account for Dr. Lina. They have the picture. They have all of that. It's not Dr. Lina. Always look at the name. Is Money Talk with Dr. Lina. And it also the handle will also be Money Talk with Dr. Lina. As a matter of fact, somebody blocked me today. I need to share that. Somebody blocked me today. The person was like, you're not Dr. Lina. Okay, if you're here, Queen, her name is Queen something. If you're here, you blocked me today. I'm the real Dr. Lina. He said, no, you're not Dr. Lina. You're the fake Dr. Lina. And I was laughing. I said, I had to leave her a voice note. She said, no, you are still not the real Dr. Lina. I said, okay, that's fine. But if you're here, Queen, this is the real Dr. Lina. Whoever you follow is the wrong Dr. Lina. Perfect. Yeah, awesome. Click on the follow button if you're new here. Lots of scam, exactly. Yes, they're growing the same way we're growing. That's the same way we're growing. So click on the follow button so that you don't fall in their prey. Okay, this is the real Dr. Lina, perfect, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. So we have 3 people that are new here, only 3 people, and some other people have been here for 4 days. So for the 3 people that are new here, what we're going to do is that we're going to start from number 7. But stick around, because it's going to go really quick. I was chatting with one just now and I just blocked them. Exactly. Right, Doctor? Yeah. They even come into this live. So be careful. If you have not clicked on that follow button, make sure you click on the follow button immediately. Get your daily at me as well. If you haven't gotten your date, let's all get our daily at me. Let's keep tapping out the live. Let's get our daily at me. Thank you so much. Yes, they're just everywhere, because like I said, we are growing in hundreds every single day, and they also so it's getting a lot of attention. If anybody has an idea of how we can handle them, let me know. Okay, if you have an idea of how you can handle them, just make sure you click, when I'm live, make sure you click on the follow button at that point, so you have the right person. Turn on notification bell as well, right? The only thing is that I know they cannot go live. Okay, we've reported them to TikTok and all of that. Awesome. So what we're going to do, Dr. Ike, welcome in. Latest millionaire in town. Welcome in, welcome in. Remember to get your daily admin. And well done. Let's keep tapping out the live and sharing out the live. Awesome. Let's do a repost. Can we as a matter of fact, before we let's all do the sharing. Let's share so that we can get on the FYP, we can get more people in here. Let's share. Thank you so much. Let's really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Get your daily admin. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much for doing that. So we started on a 9-step journey. So for the people that are just joining, it's a 9-step to be from zero to a millionaire. It's a 9-step, and I will quickly, I'll just read it out to you. I'm not going to explain, but I'm going to explain later. I would explain after the life. Is that okay? I would explain after the life. Is that okay? Remember, it's a two-way conversation. I need to make sure that you understand. You are yeah. It's a two-way conversation. All right. Okay. Awesome. Peace and love. Thank you so much for tapping out the live. So, one of the things that I want us to understand is the 9 steps to building wealth. You want to make sure that you follow the steps to a T, right? There are some steps that might not be applicable to you. So, remove it from your list, okay? I'm just going to list them out. Remember, I will come back to the explanation after, okay? We are already on number 7, okay? So this is for those that are new. Number 1 is your income. You want to increase your income. Because except you won a jackpot, or you got a won a jackpot, or you won an inheritance. Hey, thank you for getting your daily at me, right? You won a jackpot, you got an inheritance. It always starts with your income, okay? So the higher this income, always think about it. The higher this income, with the expenses is here. You see this wide range, right? That is your wealth tool. I did not say that's your wealth. That is your wealth tool, your potential wealth tool. Because if all that you favor God done, latest millionaire in town, right? A lot of times, and I'll quickly talk about this, right? A lot of times people always think that wealth equals income, and that is the biggest mistake a lot of people make. They think that, oh, because I make good income, or if only I can get the next promotion, if only I can get a pay raise, if only is she okay, I'm not sure what you said, right? The thing about it is, if only I can get a pay raise, if only I can get to the next position. But what happens when you get the next pay? You get to the next band of, pay. What happens? Right? Your expenses also, your lifestyle increases because you feel, you know what, I've arrived. Thank you so much for sharing out the live at BNN, right? You know what, I've arrived. I'm okay now. Now, no, you know what, 2-bedroom apartment doesn't fit me right now because now I make 6-figure salary, and because I make 6-figure salary, exactly, lifestyle inflation, royal man, lifestyle inflation takes over. Because I make 6-figure salary, I need that big house. Now I need to go buy my house, right? Those are the kind of things that happen. And because of that, because income goes up, expenses follows, right? Income goes up, expenses follow. Why I totally appreciate you. I mean, I love beautiful things. As a matter of fact, I love love. Thank you so much for getting your daily at me, right? I love beautiful things. But one of the things that I do not, my beautiful things are paid for by, after I realized this method, I paid for by something called asset. Okay, so I'm not the one working for it. Is the assets that are working for it. So wider this income is, this is income, this is expense. The wider it is, the quicker the quicker you can gain your financial freedom, right? The quicker you can actually start building wealth. Okay, so understand that. So that's one of the things. Increase income, right? You want to get this income high, but you also want to have your expenses low. Okay, thank you so much for the ripples. Now let's go to number 2. All right, remember, I'm just listing it. If you are new here, just take it as note. We're going to come back to it, okay? Because we're already on number 7. We started these on Monday. So just take, in case you're like, okay, I'm still going to go back in details to explain it, but I want us to just continue the class. Let's keep tapping. Let's get it to 10,000 taps. If you're new here, drop 1 in the comments. If you're new, drop 1 or just say, I'm new here. Also, so the second thing is that fix your foundation. Fix your foundation. Somebody put it in the comment section. Fix your foundation. So fix foundation. Fix foundation. Somebody put it in the comment section. Thank you for sharing out the life. And we are not tapping out the life. And the life is not lifing. Everything is quiet. All right. Let's keep tapping out the life. What's going on? Let's keep tapping out the life. I don't know what's going on today. Let's keep tapping out the life. I know it's Friday night. A lot of people are already out. Let's keep tapping out the life. Awesome. Let's keep tapping out. So I said fix foundation. If someone can type it in the comments so that we can pin it. Fix foundation. All right, fix you means that fix your foundation. What is your foundation? Fix foundation. That's the next thing. Fix foundation. Somebody type it in the comment. Thank you. If remember, do we need to replay it again? Thank you so much. Fix your foundation. Right? What do we mean by fix your foundation? It simply means three things. Number one, A, it means that build your emergency fund. Emergency fund is 3 to 6 months. Emergency fund is 3 to 6 months living expenses. 3 to 6 months living expenses, meaning your basic living expenses. Put BLE in the comment section. Basic living expenses. There's a reason why I always say that let's put it in the comment, because when you write it, most of the time it tends to stick. Okay, you always remember BLE, basic living expenses. Let's type it in. Okay, team, yeah, Black it relates, Royal Man, Opal, yeah, Kelvin, John, Justified, Case, Perfect, Lady Force, Kesa, Meryl, User, John, Pronel, Confident, Forever, User, and everyone that is here. Okay, so let's basic living expenses. Thank you so much. And if you have not yet clicked on that follow button, make sure you do that. BLE, basic living expenses. This is what is called basic living expenses. Just basically means it's just four things. So there's living expenses, there's the basic. It just means that what keeps you alive. Okay, what are the basic needs of life? Of course, shoes are not basic needs. Okay, so it simply means your groceries, your house or your rent or your mortgage. Mrs. Natasha, latest millionaire in town, welcome in. Right, your groceries, your housing, mortgage or rent. Okay, number three is of course your transportation from one place to the other, right, in no particular order, and utilities. Right, utilities, those are the four basic needs. Okay, because the babies are going to still use diapers and you are still going to eat. Right, in a case of an emergency, what is an emergency? Emergency is basically your safety net in a case of, maybe there's a job loss, there's medical issues, there's whatever. Right, thank you for getting your daily admin, your medical issues or major car repairs. Emergency, things that are normally outside, that are outside of your normal living. Okay, that is the emergency. A lot of people miss this, and unfortunately that's why a lot of people, one emergency just wipes off everything, wipes off their entire investment, wipes off everything. Because if you don't have a cushion, you don't have a safety net, because emergency would happen, it would knock. It doesn't knock, it just shows up. And if it just shows up and you don't have something in your safety net, what's going to happen? What's going to happen is that you'd realize that you would start using debt. Right, you will start taking high interest debt. You start maxing up your credit card, and those credit card, they are not free money, because you would start servicing, at 25%, at 30%, at 20% payday loans. That's what happens. But when you have your emergency fund stuck away, when emergency happens, it's just like a automatic trigger. I need to take care of this. So that is the emergency fund. So four things: housing, transportation, feeding, and of course utilities. Those four things calculated for 3 to 6 months. So if it's 2 months, if it's 2,000, multiply it by 3 or multiply it by 6. And we can talk about the fundamentals of maybe you do 3 months or 6 months. If you are self-employed, as a matter of fact, you want to do 6 to 12 months. Okay, you are self-employed, you want to do 6 to 12 months. All right, so that is the other thing. Build emergency fund. Right, And where do you now put this emergency fund? Emergency fund, remember, it doesn't go into your investment account. You can't say that. I see the people make this mistake. Oh, my emergency fund. Yes, I have my money in my investment account. I have money investment account. In a case of emergency, that's the money we're going to use. No, emergency fund doesn't sit in your yeah, it doesn't sit in your it doesn't sit in the what's it called, in an investment account. It sits in an high yield savings account, something called high yield savings account. It's your regular bank account, but then it returns about 3 to 5%. So you see your Chase Bank of America, Wells Fargo, or your country, your whatever in your country, right? Whatever, all those big banks, you know them, right? That will give you 0.01%, they will give you 1%, right? They are regular banks, but they would give you very, very low interest, right? So you don't put your money there, because the purpose of this is two things: liquidity and as liquidity, and of course growth. A little bit of growth and liquidity. All right. So in case there's an emergency, you can easily, Dr. Claire Luap, welcome in, right? You can easily make sure that you can access the money. Higher savings accounts, they give you about 3 to 5%. And with what I've seen, it tries to mimic inflation. Thank you so much for the shares, right? It tries to mimic inflation. What does this mean? It means that, like in the United States, the last time I checked, inflation was at 4.2%. So you would see the interest rates that you will get with IU savings account. You would see it within the range of 3 to 5%. Now, if you don't know IU savings account, put it in the comment section. IU savings, just put HYSA. If you do not know what IU savings account or how to go about it, no, it's not IUSA. HYSA. I yield. HYSA. I yield savings account. If you do not know what that is and you want to open that account, put it in the comment section so that I can guide you. So I want to know, because I've talked about this a lot of times, and I just want to know if there's anybody that doesn't know. Baby's blessing, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. All right. Says okay, awesome. Yeah, great. Getting your daily at me. That's amazing. That's how it's been done. Awesome. Let's keep tapping out the live. Thank you all for tapping out the live. Get your daily at me. If you have been sitting here for 2 minutes, click on that follow button if you haven't done that, right? Click on the follow button if you haven't done that. And as a matter of fact, if anybody is chatting you with another account, that's not Dr. Lina, right? It's not Dr. Lina. Make sure you click on the follow button right now. Know that it's just this account only. There has been, widespread of this scam and all of that. So make sure you click on the follow button right now. Awesome. Adeline. Okay, that's great. So good to have you. Make sure you click on that follow button. Awesome. And if you're new here, drop one. I'm new, drop one, and also indicate where you are connecting from. We are on the on for country number 62 in 12 days. Country number 62 in 12 days. Ade, all the way, the latest from Adeline. Okay, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. So for those that do not know iYouth savings account, I need you to do something. If you have another gadget, just simply go and check what is iYouth savings account. And I was saying that I'm going to list it out. I'm just listing, but I know I am breaching what I said. I just wanted to list before, but trust it's Dr. Lina. So iYouth savings account, you don't, in the United States, you would, if you want free $400 and you're in the United States, or you want the free $300 in United States, put it in the comments, right? You don't have an iYouth save, or you just want free $400. You want free $300. Put it in the comment. Just put free in the comment section. You're in the United States. You want free $400 and $300. Put free in the comment section. Okay, Victory at last wants to. Yes, he wants free. Who else wants free? All right, Dayo wants free. Okay, everybody that's been quiet all along. Okay, guys, get your daily at me. Tap out the light, share out the light. Now I've dragged everybody out free. Yeah, we all love free, isn't it? We all love free. Exactly. I brought you out. Stop tapping out the light. Get your daily at me if you have not done that. But beside that, and click on the follow button. But seriously, yeah, if you're in the United States, right? iYouth savings accounts, like a profile. If you look at it, so this is how you get it, okay? Just type best iYouth savings account in July 2026 and in the United States. Just put your country, Okay, are they free? Okay, right? And put your country best savings, best high yield savings account. If there's anybody can type it, best high yield savings account in July 2026. Then indicate your country so that because we know that we have a lot of community, 61 countries in 12 days. Isn't that amazing? 61 countries in 12 days. No, best I yield savings or high interest savings account free. Sebi also wants free high yield savings account. If you've not clicked on the follow button and you type that free, we will not give you free. High yield savings account, best high yield savings account in July 2026. July 2026 in put your country. So I'm in the US. I'll say in the US, United States. In the United States, okay? And let's keep tapping out the live. Remember to get your daily at me. Don't forget to do that. Get your daily at me. Let's keep tapping out the live. Let's also share the live. We are all at 9 shares all along, okay? So is somebody typing it, okay? So once you type that in, you would see, the different kind of so something like this. Best IU savings account. This is in Canada, right? Yeah, July 2026 in the United States, or put your exactly in the United States, but put July 2026, right? So if you put it, the first one you probably see there is SoFi. SoFi is an online bank. Just make sure it is FDIC insured. It is FDIC insured. I know if once you open the account, you will see it. They will indicate how you get the $400, right? Typically, they would say you have your country, no, not country, your direct deposit. So like part of your income, right? Direct deposit to them, okay? And that's it. So it's your money, and then they give you $400. There's a lot of people in this community have gotten free $400. If you open with Capital One, you get 200, you get about $250 or $300. Now check in your own country as well, and the return on investment, like so far, is about 4%. So there are so many of them, like this one in Canada. There's BMO Saving Amplifier account, CIBC Advantage, Home Trust High Interest Savings Account, Coho High Interest. This is Canada. I don't live in Canada, okay? I don't live in Canada, but I can see all the banks there in Canada. So if you are in Sweden, you are in Switzerland, you are in Kenya, you are in Nigeria, right? You are in Zanzibar. I'm talking about the countries that have been Botswana, right? Japan, UAE, Qatar, all right? Jamaica, all of those countries, trust me, all of them are represented. 61 countries represented right here. It's only India that we have not seen. And I'm so surprised, right? Let's keep tapping out the lights. I know we are locked in. So that's how you get it. That is how Cameroon is already here. Cameroon was between 1 and 10. Ivory Coast is here. Sierra Leone is here. Yeah. Sierra Leone is here. Yeah. Egypt is here. Quite a number of the countries are here. Awesome. So build your emergency fund 3 to 6 months. Where do you put that money? You put it in an high yield savings account. And please, we're going to stop the lights for a second and we're going to reset, okay? So if you are new here, if you're new here, let's tap out the live. You're new here, indicate that you're new, okay? New, put 1 in the comment section, okay? And if you're just meeting me, I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology, and I help professionals turn their income into real wealth. My day job is vice president of technology and also a professor teaching AI, cybersecurity, deep learning, and information management system. However, you're wondering, how does technology come to play, right? I'm an economist, so my bachelor's is in economics and also a chartered accountant, okay? So I teach this. And of course, I have my doctorate and my master's in strategic business and information management system. I'm a serial investor. I've been in corporate world for close to 2 decades. Day job is vice president of technology, like I said. But even with a professor income and also a vice president income, I still did not get financial freedom because I was just saving my money instead of investing. And until I started investing in ETF, real estate, businesses, that is when I started gaining financial freedom, right? So if your goal is to gain financial freedom, or you're going to gain $1 million status, because it was then I got into this status, until then did I start building wealth, right? If it sounds like what you're looking for, you want to end the paycheck to paycheck cycle, click on that follow button. Let's welcome you. And I have Davida and Derlin's latest millionaire in town. All right, getting your daily admin. That's how it's being done as well. Get your so if you're new here, click. If you'll be sitting here for 2 minutes, 2 minutes, we want to welcome you. Click on that follow button. Otherwise, 2 minutes. Time is money. Bridget, latest millionaire in town. Right, time is of essence, right? 2 minutes, I do it in people's life. I go there. If it looks like what I'm looking for, I click in. I'm locked in. I'm doing everything. I get my daily at me. I share out the life. I tap out the life. But if it's not something that is of interest to me, trust me, I am gone, because my plates are already full as a doctor, professor, vice president, and still running a family, and I'm still on this social media space. It tells you that my plate is already full, so I do not have the luxury of time. So it's okay as well if it's not something that you are looking for. This is not the vibes you're looking for. It's okay for you to also scroll. Okay, yeah, so we appreciate you. Maybe you can come another time. But you think that this is home for you. You think that you want to get financial freedom. You believe that you want to get to this $1 million status. You might be the first person in your family. You might be the trailblazer in your family. And you don't know how to go about it, but you just feel that there's something here, right? Welcome. We'll welcome you into this community, $1 Million League. This is the $1 Million League, the community of people that are aspiring to become a millionaire, and those are already millionaires that are scaling to become multi-millionaires. So welcome each and every one of us. And one thing that you will see is that we will make sure that we welcome all the millionaires. So like David Barr, latest millionaire in town. Derlin's latest millionaire in town. Bridgie Amina and TK Abiodun, yeah, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. So as those that are new here, if you're still new here and you're still sitting on the window, coming through the front door, let's put in the red carpet, the $1 Million League red carpet. Let's welcome you the right way, because millionaires don't peep through the window. They come in, get their, through the valet, okay? Get the car parked and the valet and walk in with grand entrance. Let's welcome you. The other thing is that one of the things that we do differently. Okay, how are you? Welcome in. Make sure you click on that follow button if you're new here. So one of the things that makes this life different is this is a class, okay? This is a class. So we're serious-minded people. You'll see that we're doing something differently from every other life. So once you come in, wait 2 minutes. If it looks like what you're looking for, click on the follow button. If it's not what you're looking for, it's okay for you to scroll. It's not about pride. It's about valuing your time as well as valuing our time. Secondly, is that once you come in, tap out the life, okay? That shows that you value the life. It shows that you're engaging in the life. Number 3 is, awesome. Number 3, he answered the question, get your daily at me. It shows that you are now part of this community. It's one of the best return on investment. When you're talking about investing, you put 1 penny, but you get 30 out. Thank you so much for getting our avatar, right? You get 1 penny, but guess what? You get about 30 points in return. Every other thing is about 1 point, okay? You give one pound, 1 point. So understand that if you have 1 penny to spend, get your daily admin. Shows that you're a fan and you also get rewarded. The other thing is that you respond. Doesn't matter if you are in the US. No, it doesn't matter, right? No. I'll come back to you, okay? I will come back to you. Not for I'll come back to you. Let me just I just want to make sure I respond to you properly. So once you come in 2 minutes, click on the follow button if it's what you're looking for. Otherwise, it's okay for you to scroll. No hard feeling, right? Number 2, tap out the live. Number 3, get your daily at me. Number 4, we're going to be engaging. So I ask you questions at times just to impact knowledge or just to buttress, learning. Then you also respond as well. It's a form of engagement. Then number 5, share out the life. It shows that you're loving, you're showing love to others. You're giving back to the society, because when you press, how do you do that? Press my forehead on the screen. You see your contacts. Let's try that right now. You see your contact. Press my forehead on the screen. You don't know how to share. Press my forehead on the screen and you see your contact. Let's do that. Let's try it. Polly, just try that, okay? Let's share. And if you have large following, also do repost, okay? Now, the last one is get your pen and paper. Get your pen and paper. You're getting what people pay thousands of dollars for free. That's exactly what you're getting. Get your pen and paper, okay? And then tap non-stop. Even though you are locked in, tap non-stop. Okay, do we get it? Do we get it? Do I need to repeat it? All right, all right. Thank you all for sharing out the live. Remember, get your daily at me. If you can fill up the gift gallery, that would be great. Go Populars help this life as well. So good to have each and every one of you right here. If you're new and you've not clicked on that plus sign, let's give you 30 seconds to do that. Maria said, got it, awesome. So good to have each and every one of you. This is the $1 Million League, the League of Millionaires and people that are aspiring to become one, or you're already one and you're trying to scale, right? Ultimately, end paycheck to paycheck, gain financial freedom, gain $1 million status, okay? $1 million status. So you will also see that we're going to pause from time to time. Anytime we see any of our millionaires clicking that follow button, we need to welcome them the right way, okay? So any millionaire still sitting around there, make sure you let us click on the follow button so we can welcome you properly on the red carpet of the $1 Million League. Awesome. So we were talking about iYouth savings account. iYouth savings account. And somebody asked the question. Give me 1 second. He said, does it matter if you are a U.S. citizen or not you have to be, are you a U.S. resident? Are you a U.S. resident? I mean, if you're not a citizen, are you a U.S. resident? But whenever we're talking about iYouth savings account, look at the one I have here. iYouth savings account is not about the United States only, right? I'm in United States, right? However, yeah, I don't have paper. Yeah, but you need to go get papers. You need to go get a book and yeah. Okay, I live and work in the US. Okay, so there's something that allows you to live and work in the US. Okay, yeah. So it's not limited to the United States. Okay, so again, just type best high yield or interest savings account in your country and then put the month, okay? Right, exactly. Western Alliance officer 4.1%. That's another one. So there are different ones. That's why I teach you to fish, I don't give you the fish. I teach you to fish, I don't give you fish. Because if you know this, even if you are in Sweden, right, you will know that you'll be able to search it. You are in Nigeria, you can do it. In Botswana, you can do the same thing. In Ghana, you can do it, okay? In Qatar, in Japan, you can use the same thing. Best high yield interest or savings, high yield or savings account put your country and put the month behind it. Awesome. So do we understand it now? Okay, we understand it now. Does that answer your question? The person that asked the question earlier, right? If you are working in the United States, definitely you have all that it takes. You have all that it takes, okay? All right. Otherwise, just check with the bank and they will tell you what you need. So the second thing, so your only money that you put in there, even though it gives you about 3 to 5%, by the way, 3 to 5%. All right. So that's the second. That's fixing your foundation, right? Build emergency fund. You are welcome. You're welcome. Then the other part of building your foundation is what? It eliminates high interest debt. Oh, thank you, Royal Man. Thank you so much. Awesome. We don't see that a lot. So when you see it, thank you so much. Awesome. And he just said, I'm a millionaire. Let me spray the money, okay? Oh, thank you. All right. Thank you so much. Lovely. Thank you so much. I come from a place where we have to say thank you. I come from my parents where you have to say thank you for it. So indulge me, okay? When I say thank you. Thank you. All right. So the other thing is thank you. All right. Okay. All right, we might pause this live because maybe we're going to keep saying thank you. All right, okay, thank you. All right, so build emergency fund. Number B, the other way, twin latest millionaire in town. Oh, Okay. All right. Okay, everyone connect with Royal Man because Royal Man is just doing something here. How do they pin Royal Man? Royal Man dropped something, just say put millionaire. Okay, all right. Guys, it's a quality engager. You already see. Connect with him, okay? Make sure we don't do that often, but connect with him. It shows that is somebody that values what we're doing, and is definitely a good member of this community. You can see MDL in front of his name. Yeah, connect with Royal Man. Looks absolutely. Thank you so much, Royal Man. Because that helps this life, that helps this community as a whole. Really appreciate that. So build emergency fund. Number three, the other part of you fixing your foundation is what? Eliminate high interest debt. Eliminate high interest debt. You see this part, a lot of people miss it a lot. And you have question about this. Amen. Yeah, if you have question, I just post the latest video. My latest video explains this. He explains it. So go watch my latest video on the page, okay? And you would understand what I mean by it's well broken. That it's a 2 minute video. You would see it right there why you should eliminate high interest debt. So I'm not going to spend time. I just posted it before this live and you would find it right there. Awesome. Thank you all for tapping out the live. Really appreciate everyone tapping out. If you're new here, click on that follow button. David, thank you so much for tapping, and everyone tapping out, sharing out the live. Also, let's remember to keep sharing and also repost. Get your daily at me if you have not gotten your daily at me. Let's fill up the gift gallery if you can. That would absolutely be appreciated. Thank you all. Thank you all for doing that. Awesome. Thank you all for tapping out the live. And that's our avatar. That is called the millionaire, right? That is the millionaire lady. It means that millionaires in general, all of us. Awesome. And the person on the YouTube side, make sure you click on the subscribe button. So good to have you. Basti's latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. I hope I got your name right. Thank you so much for filling up the gift gallery. David, thank you so much for doing that. Awesome. Eliminate high interest debt. You'll find the video on my page. I'm not going to spend so much time on that. Just watch it. It's going to explain the reason why you need to pay off high interest debt before even investing. Do not, all these things in order, right? Then let's go to the C, right? The other thing is that 4-account system. How many of us, if you have 4 accounts, 4 savings accounts, or 4 accounts, if you have 3 accounts, okay, let me know if you ask that question. Okay, all right, I'll drop that. So the 4-account system, and I'm going to touch it. It's required. So a lot of time when people are struggling with finances, right? They're making good money, but then you're still seeing that I am still struggling when it comes into my finances, right? It's a function of, it might not be your income. It might not be that you are bad with money, but it might just be a situation of the system and structure that you put in place, okay? So system and structure that you put in place might determine if you are actually going to do okay with your if you're going to have clarity about your finances. So what do I mean by this? If all your money, your income goes into one account, and inside that account is the same account where all of the expenses are coming out from. Inside that account is the one that your emergency is also buckled in one corner. What's going to happen is that you would think that you have excess fund, but in real sense, you don't have any. You would think that they would charge you twice, right? You would never know because everything is modeled up in one place, okay? All right. So that's why you see somebody already. Oh, I did not. Maybe somebody asked, "Oh, can you gift me this?" Or can you, I have this. I need help. You have not taken care of your own problem, right? But you have taken care of that person's problem, and then your own problem remains. That's because you did not already put structure over your money such that all of your needs have already been separated in different accounts. Then you know that, okay, this is leftover that I can now use towards something else. Okay, Is this life? Absolutely. I proclaim yes. What do you think? Welcome in. How are you? Make sure you click on that follow button. Welcome in, everyone. If you're new here, make sure you click on that follow button. Let's welcome you properly into the $1,000,000 League. How are you doing? Welcome in on a beautiful Friday night. So we expect to stay 2 minutes, wait 2 minutes. If it looks like what you're looking for, right? Click on that follow button immediately. If it's not, it's okay for you to also scroll, but we would love to have you. Hey Zaddy, how are you doing? Welcome in, right? Welcome in. It's so good to have you. Four account system. The four account system is going to really help you. What are these four accounts? And I'm just going to list it. One is your income account, where your income goes to. Number two is your emergency fund. Remember this one. So you can see emergency fund is coming multiple times. Emergency fund is number two. Number three is, of course, your bills account, okay? Where your monthly bills, your monthly living expenses, that's where it goes to. Then number four, out of all these accounts, number four account is the one that is most important, because this is the only account that builds your wealth. And it's not on the banking side, it's on the investment side. Okay, what does this mean? Right, it's a wealth building, and there are 3 to 4 of them. It's called your future account and your present account, right? Because what do you mean by future account? It's going to get to a certain time when you cannot do those 48 hour shifts. Coup to on a stop, latest millionaire in town on the red carpet. Welcome in. It gets to a certain point where you cannot do those 3 shift, 24-hour shift. And by the way, if you are doing that, please put your life. Your life is very, very important. Okay, your life is very important than money. Okay, your life is very important. All right, but that's by the wayside. But you put some that money. I mean, you put some of the money towards your future, right? So that you know that maybe in your 60s or your 50s, some people, I mean, guess what? 60, 65 retirement, 50 is the new 65 in retirement now. A lot of people are retiring at 50s, in their 50s. Even some people are retiring in their 40s. And when they're saying that they are retiring in their 40s, it's not like they are retiring like they are not doing anything. It's just that they are financially free. They become work optional. Okay, they work because you want to work, not because they have to work to pay bills, right? So that's, of course, that's why we're trying to chase $1,000,000 status in 10 years or less. And of course, you're going to achieve it, right? Just follow the principle. This income, fix your foundation, and the other things that we're going to talk about. That's exactly how you're going to get there. So what is the future? Future is your pension account. Okay, some countries have pension. In the United States, we have 401k, right? In some other countries, they have whereby your employer matches. So what do you put in your 401k? The only thing that your employer matches. So if your employer only matches 5%, that's all that you put. People make this mistake a lot. Just keep 5%. That's a period. Okay? Goshen, welcome in. Thank you for sharing out the life, okay? And if you are new, please click on the follow button. Please beware. I'm not following you. If anybody comes into your inbox and is chatting you, it's not Dr. Lina. Make sure you click on the follow button right now. If anybody comes chatting with you right now, because they are right here. If they come chatting with you, make sure you report and block them. Click on the follow button now, so you have the right Dr. Lina. As a matter of fact, if you have been sitting for 2 minutes, click on that follow button. How do you click on the follow button? You don't know how. Click on the plus sign so that we can welcome you in. As you're coming and get your daily at me, let's also get to welcome Billy, latest millionaire in town. Awesome. Well, latest billionaire. Also, we also want to welcome, because we want to make sure that you're no BOTs. You are not one of those people that are just sitting here and they're trying to steal from others, right? JV Spring, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in, welcome in. Remember to get your daily at me. Get your daily at me. Daily at me costs you 1 penny, but you get 30 points back. That's the only gift that give you that much. Welcome in. How are you all doing? If you also care to share, also indicate the country where you are connecting from. We are already 61 countries in 12 days. 61 country in 11 days. 61 country in 11 days. That's amazing. Okay, that is absolutely amazing. So what was the account for your future, your pensions account, your 401k, your You only put what your employer matches, because this only give you 100% return. The second account that you want to have is your Roth IRA. In the UK, that's going to be like ISA. In Canada, that's going to be like TFSA. It's a tax advantaged account whereby it grows tax free. Let's assume you put in 100,000 over time. I'm connecting from Ghana. Awesome. Ghana was country number 6 or something. Yeah, so good to have you all the way from Ghana. How is Ghana today? Yeah. So let's assume you put your 100,000. Yeah, I'm wondering 100,000. Does it ever grow? It can become 1.6 million, and I'll show you how. Right? If you invest it, it grows that much. Remember, there's something called time in the market. There's something called compounding. The power of compound. That's why they call it the eighth wonder of the world. Okay, because it will be like you put 100,000, and then you'll be like, how? Exactly, right? So that's what it does, right? So let's assume that your 100,000 becomes 1.6 million. At retirement, because your 100,000 that you put in is already taxed, at retirement, your 100,000, your 1.6 million is what you get, nothing less of that, because you're not going to be pay taxes on it. But your 401k, you're going to pay taxes, okay? Note that you're going to pay taxes. But then, Dr. Lina, why should I still put money in 401k? Because you are getting 100% increment on your money. If your employer puts 3% and you put 3%, that is 100% of on your principal of the back. Pension doesn't work does it? Well, it depends, right? It depends. I know of people that I know of organizations that have private pension and there's no government that is eating it because it's being independently managed, okay? Right? So maybe government, okay? Maybe it's if you work with the government, but if your own is privately managed, you work with corporate, then you have your own and it's managed by by private pension owners or whatever fund managers, right? So but in whatever thing that happens, right, just exactly what you so it just means that if they are eating the money, then you need to figure out a way, right, to put it in another form of investment towards your future, okay, whatever. And let me tell you something, the same thing, there's something here also in the United States where they deduct money from my account. It's called Social Security, okay. It's called Social Security. So I never even talk about Social Security because they deduct it every single paycheck. But guess what if I tell you that, and for everyone that is here, please take note of this. If you are relying on Social Security, right? If you are relying on Social Security, the thing about it is there might not be Social Security after there might not be Social Security after 20 what are we by 2032, because maybe the government is eating it as well in the United States. or, or they have put a structure that they expect that people should die younger and die, the mortality rate, the death rate, they expect it to be, the lifespan of human to be shorter, and people are living longer than expected, okay? And then as so far they are alive, they still continue paying them. And it's because of the people in future, the people that are old right now, it's our money that they are using to fund that. So if you are in the United States and you are waiting on pension, please have a backup plan. Just forget about the pension, because the money, first of all, when they're giving you $2,000, $800, $1,500, it's nothing. That's why you see some people keep working in after 65. Okay, I did show a video of a man that worked here 65 at 60. He retired since November. He's only gotten $800 or $600 or $400 since December. He was in the military for 9 years, and then he worked in the postal services, the US postal services, for another 29 years. That is 30 years. That is 40, almost 40 years. Guess what? He's gotten only $400. They're about to repossess his car, his family car. He cannot pay his rent, right? At 60, where do you expect that man to come start? Now he's back to start working all over again. So that's the reason why you're paying more than ever. I scream about having your retirement. Okay, number D. Okay, have your maximize your retirement account. Okay, maximize your retirement account. Fund it. Okay, fund it. Right, don't just put all of today. Don't spend all of today. And Ken, latest millionaire in town, don't spend all of it on today. Think about tomorrow. Okay, don't say tomorrow will take care of itself, or if you are waiting that, oh, my children will be my retirement plan. With all of the things and the prices of things, the way inflation is, they have their own bills at that time, right? They can only supplement. Okay, so always, if you are not been doing it, start today. If you start putting your Roth IRA, start putting $7,500 a year. If you qualify for it, 150,000, $7,500 a year. Ashanti, latest millionaire in town, welcome in. Right, start putting it in. That is $625. This is the people in the United States. So think of what is the equivalent to your country. If you have pension, if you, whatever plan that you have, even if you can share it right now, because some people don't know what it is in their own country, right? If whatever retirement plan that you guys have in your country, right? I just talked about the one in the United States. The people in the UK, please indicate what you are in the UK, indicate what retirement plan that you have. Those in Canada, please indicate what my Canadians in the house. You're in Sweden. Those in Africa, right? You're in Nigeria, you're in Ghana, Botswana, because like I said, 61 countries represented here. Put it in the comment section so that we can help others. But ultimately, you don't want to have premium tiers at old age. Premium tiers, because at that time, you're almost like you are helpless, right? You can't do those 8 hours. You can do 40 hours even any day anymore. All right. So maximize your retirement account. Everything retirement, maximize it for the future. Now you need to also have for the present. Also, the second mistake, a lot of view ones, welcome in, latest millionaire in town. And now there's the other part of this. Okay, there is the other part of it. Some other people now over invest for the future without thinking about the present. So there's the part that spend the present and don't think about the future. There's some other part that invest everything in the future and forget about the present. Remember, you are human. You want to also enjoy life. You want to live a beautiful life. You need to live a fulfilled, and that's why we talk about financial freedom. That's why you're seeing a lot of people saying that, okay, that's part of the goal, financial freedom. So what do I mean by this? A lot of people over invest in their retirement. So what this means is that in their 401k, they are putting 20% of their income. You don't have any reason to put 20% of your income in a retirement account except you have catch up. Maybe you just started at the age of 55, right? That's why there's something called catch up. Yes, I understand. But you don't have any reason to catch up, but you're putting so much in there. I don't have a problem if you are taking care of present. So you need to have, what do I mean? You need to have money in your brokerage account. Remember, your retirement account, you cannot take it until 59 and a half. Okay, you cannot. And if you take it, you're going to get penalties, huge penalties, right? Meaning that you're losing a lot of your money, right? So you put some money in a brokerage account. These accounts, those ones are going to be taxed, but it's going to be growing, right? These are going to be things for your, maybe your next property that you want to buy. I've seen people, they put their money in their 401k and they were like, oh, but I need money to buy a house now. They're looking for money for that. Oh, I want to start investing in real estate, right? But they put everything in their 401k. Once you get to, or your pension plan, once you get to, there's a reason why the government says 7,500. There's a reason why they said match what your employer is matching. Just do that. Doctor, will you give us the opportunity to screenshot your board? Absolutely. Yes, I will. Absolutely. Feel free. If you want me, and we're going to get there. We're going to get there. So we're getting now. Once you have finished this foundation, okay? Once you finish, this is the fixing of foundation. I'm glad you're doing that. Once you fix this foundation, it is until you have done this, that is when you can now say that you want to start investing. So if you see, remember I said it's 9 steps. but I've decided to group it as well. So if you see, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is step number one. Oh no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is step number 5, ideally. But I've grouped this as this is fixing foundation. So, okay, if you want to take a picture because we are now going to this until after now. That is now when you can actually invest, right? We're going to go to the third part now, which is going to be invest, okay? And that's going to be number 6 and number 7. Once you have taken the picture, let me know. You've taken the picture, let me know. Put done in the comment section. Taking the picture or screenshot, put done, let me know. Welcome in. Can you briefly go over the main topic? That's what really got through my mind. Then your life came up. What is that? What's the main topic? The main topic is how to start from a zero to $1 million. The exact plan. That's the topic. We started the series on Monday. Okay, it went through your mind and my life came out. That means it's God because he never said it. Briefly over the main topic. That's what really went through my mind and then the life came up. That's God. Make sure you click on that follow button if you have not done that. Done. Okay, perfect. Right? It's the exact plan. So if you want to take a screenshot, I'm just talking through it. We are already at this is number 6. We are, no, number 5. We are going to number 6 now. Okay? And I'm going to wipe the board or I will use our second board. Let's use our second board. Okay, let's use the second board. Okay, you're done. Are we waiting on anybody? Is everybody good? I took it out without asking. Everybody good? Did we take a screenshot or are we missing? If you want me to still put it back, I can put it back. In short, let's still use this board and then I will go back to that board after. Okay. I want to believe we are all done. Thank you all for tapping out the live. If you're new, make sure you can let's welcome you. Oh, ETFs or real estate. Yes, we are already getting there. That's where we're getting right now. That's where we're getting. Okay, click on that follow button. Yeah, because you have to fix all the say. A lot of time, you know what happens? People get this income and then skip this entire thing. And because they skip this entire thing, that's why they are financially stuck. They skip it and go straight to investing. Queen Esther, latest millionaire in town. Yeah, there was this lady, Queen of Review or something. Yeah, you blocked me today. You said it's not my account. You said I'm a scam, right? If you're here, this is the real Dr. Lina. The person you're following is the wrong one, okay? So guys, if you're new here and you've not clicked on that follow button, do that right now. I mean, it was so funny. I have to take a screenshot because I'm saying this is the real Dr. Lina. I said, no, you are just you this is not the real one. And then she blocks me. And I was just laughing. I said, okay, all right. She said, oh, the real one is another person. I'm like, okay, now the fake is now the real. Oh my goodness, it's just getting funny and funny. Yeah, the fake is not the real. Okay, all right. Queen Esther and Abike, latest millionaire in town. Yeah, I'm telling you that I'll show you the screenshot. I had to take a screenshot. That's exactly where we are going to. Okay, that's where we're going to. All right, so click on the follow button if you've been sitting for more than 2 minutes. And you're saying that this is what you're looking for. Time is value. Time is money. So we value your time. We also value our own time as well. So if it's something that you're looking for, make sure you click on that follow button immediately. And also, it's not Dr. Lina. I will not follow you. So if somebody uses some Dr. Lina's picture, have a few of my content. I have a whole lot of content, right? A whole lot. Right, so they will have maybe 5 of my videos, 10 of my videos. Some of them I even put some of my link and all of that leads nowhere. Be careful out there, okay? Click on the follow button if you have not done that right now, so that you know this is the right person that you're following. Elizabeth, latest millionaire in town. Yeah, I'm going to be talking about it shortly. You typed it multiple times. Tamika Lee, latest millionaire in town. It was so funny the way she gave me the way she blocked me. And I was like, oh my goodness, okay. I hope she's safe wherever she goes. Because I even had to do a voice note right? Like, okay, this is the real Dr. Lina. And she was, no, you're not. Nightry, latest millionaire in town. That's why I say click on the follow button. Why I am live. Abiodun, you typed this multiple times. Is that a network issue? You typed it. We're gonna get there. Awesome. Great, great, great. So now the next step, right? After we have fixed the foundation, the next step is step number 3. And I'm going to go to the next board after this. The step number 3 is what? Invest. Okay? Invest. And you also need to invest consistently. A lot of time, you see, this consistently is very important. Okay? Consistently is very important. Some people just invest one time and they're like, oh, you know what, I'm good, right? No, it doesn't work that way. Consistency will help you build momentum, and then it's also going to help you with something called, over time you get used to it, and then there's something called time in the market. So you're not overwhelmed and all of that. But what do you invest in? When we talk about investing, let me quickly go here. Welcome in. If you're new here, welcome in, welcome in. So one of the things that we follow here, I really want to talk about, because I got both, but looking to invest more in one of them. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, by the time we're done, you would understand what you need to do. So we use the multi-millionaires wealth blueprint, right? So because you want to understand where we are investing, why do they even come about this? Because that's why I said I teach you to fish, not to give you fish. One of the things is, right, multi-millionaires, and I'm going to read it out. Just check, where does the multi-millionaire put their money? Because a lot of times this is the $1 million league. So for those that are new, this is the $1 million league. This is the community of millionaires. People aspiring to become a millionaire or already a millionaire in dollars, right? That's that community. So we call ourselves millionaires, by the way. All right. So one of the things, we look at the millionaires wealth blueprint. What is the wealth blueprint? It simply means that just go online on Google. It's hidden in plain sight. It's right there in front of you. You want to become a millionaire, then you need to know how the millionaire invests. Where do they put their money? Do they save their money or do they invest? Okay. So you want to understand multimillionaires, and I'm reading from here. Multimillionaires keep their money predominantly in investments and non-cash assets. So it tells you something. Millionaires don't put their money in savings. That's why I tell you stop saving. And I'm going to show you exactly to buttress so that you understand, and you will be the one to take a decision if I should be saving or not. I will not tell you not to save, but by the time we're done, you would realize why you should invest instead of saving, right? Rather than traditional savings accounts. Okay, Solomon Mensah, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. All right. So traditional, they don't put their money in traditional savings account. They put their money in investments, in assets, okay, in non-cash asset. They typically diversify wealth across stocks, municipal bonds, and real estate. So you see, stocks, municipal bond, and real estate. It tells you that this is where they put their money. If you do the same thing, you achieve the same result. They say they utilize private bank. I want you to listen to this. They utilize private banking services to manage extreme liquidity. Remember, we talked about emergency fund. That's where that one comes into play, because they use it to extreme liquidity and protect assets using trust and family offices. Now you understand. Now you would see protection as number 9, right? That's exactly. So everything that we are talking about, this 9th step, is the exact step of the multi-millionaire that's here, which you yourself can check. Where does the multi-millionaire put their money? As a matter of fact, make it a point of duty to check it tonight before you go to bed, so that you understand where to put your money and what you're doing differently, which is the reason, right? Some of it, you're missing the foundation, but then it gets to investing as well. People make that mistake. So understand that. So So then they go further, public and private equities. Now I'm going to pause for a minute because I need us to reset the live. Can we start tapping out the live? Let's tap out the live. Let's get it to 30,000 taps. Thank you all for doing that. Let's share out the live. Let's press my forehead on the screen. You don't know how to share? Press my forehead on the screen. Let's share. All right. Let's share. Okay, let's test it. You don't know how to share? Test it right now. Press my forehead on the screen. Let's repost as well. If you haven't gotten your daily at me, get your daily at me. And if you're new and you're new here, click, put one in the comment section and click on that follow button. Let's welcome you on the red carpet. Can we all let's get it to, if we are all tapping, we get it to 30,000 taps quickly. Twin, thank you, Lord. Thank you for tapping out. Awesome, awesome. And everyone tapping out. Amina, thank you so much for tapping out. Twin, welcome in. Make sure you click on that follow button if you have not done that. Click on the follow button. Let's get our daily at me as well. Let's get our daily at me. If you can go popular, it helps us. Like, thank you so much for the Ripple Super J, and everyone tapping out the live. Awesome, awesome. Rick Haynes Goy, latest millionaire in town. If you have been sitting here for more than a minute or two and you've not clicked on that plus sign, click on the plus sign. Let's welcome you. FX Vibes, welcome in. Latest millionaire in town on the red carpet. This is the $1 Million League. Come on the red carpet. If you are still at the window, you're just looking, you're peeping. Come on, let's welcome you the grand way, okay? Let's welcome you the grand way. We also want to make sure that no BOTs. This is the only account that I have. If anybody comes, do you have a webinar recorded? Yes, I have a course. We have a course. You'll find the link in my bio. We have a course for real estate, pre-recorded course for real estate. We have for the how to invest in ETF as well. We have one-on-one coaching and we have mentorship program. We have an ebook. All of that, you would find the link in the bio. In my bio, if you step out right here, you will click on it and then there's another of my picture. Click on it, you would see the link right there. Click on it and then you will see all of the programs that we have. You want to have a one-on-one Zoom call, you would find it right there as well. Also, I'm on YouTube, Money Talk with Dr. Lina. You would find me on YouTube. There's some few short long form videos that are there available, which I release every Sundays as well. And on IG is also Money Talk with Dr. Lina. It's still the same name. So go there, connect, and and if you want me to send you the link, you can also we can also drop me a message after this live and we would get you here. Omolara, welcome in. So let's keep tapping out the live. Let's share. If you haven't gotten your daily at me, let's get our daily at me. Let's be in the habit. If you haven't gotten your daily at me, get your daily at me now. Really appreciate. I'm aspiring to become millionaire by having a shop in system. That's amazing. That's great. That is great. Whatever ways, all right. Whatever ways. All right, get your daily at me. Thank you so much for doing that. I'm not. So you would see the gallery right here. This is the gallery. Click on it and you should be able to fill up the gallery. Get your daily at me. You don't know daily at me, you would see it right here. It costs you 1 penny, but of course you're going to get 30 points back. Then it also gives you value. Awesome. So let's go. Let's go. So the primary repository for multi-millionaire wealth includes public and private equities. A significant portion of their wealth remains invested in stock. So they put it in stock. They put it in stock portfolio. Emphasis on portfolio, okay? Right? Emphasis on portfolio. The second thing is index funds. So they do more of index funds. And index funds is ETF, right? It's potato, okay? And I'm going to explain it when I get there. And private companies to outpace inflation. So if you want to outpace inflation, you need to have, you need to invest. You need to learn to invest, okay? Learn to invest. And then they generate dividends. So one of the things you also want to, thank you so much, Amina, for those roses. One of the things that you want to do when it comes to growing your money is you want to have cash flow. One is cash flow. Put it in the comment section. Cash flow. The second thing is growth, because that's exactly what the millionaires. That's how they want to. That's how they grow their money. Not in the bank. Cash flow, and of course, cash flow and growth. Okay, cash flow and growth. Oh, okay, that's great. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. JV Spring. That's why we're here. Cash flow, awesome. Raken, thank you so much. Cash flow and growth, two things. So your money, if it's not growing, then you are not building wealth. It's going to be hard for you to gain financial freedom. And if it's not getting cash flow, right? I mean, you want to add cash flow to it. Growth and cash flow, right? That is going to make it quicker. Isabel, latest millionaire in town. So those two things. That's number one thing. Number two is that the alternative and tangible asset. Wealthy individuals allocate capital to alternative investment like hedge funds, private equity, fine art, collectibles, commercial real estate. Okay, so they put money in real estate. I don't know about collectibles, fine art. If you know it, that's fine. Come and teach us. But I don't know about collectibles. That is looking like, it requires extreme specialties, right? Hedge funds definitely require extreme specialty. So we focus on real estate, okay? ETF and real estate. We focus on the ones that is available and accessible to everybody. Even when we are still talking about real estate is even, it's something in itself. Talk less of, you want to think about collectibles, you want to think about what's it called, fine art, you want to think about hedge funds. That's another level, all right? That's another level. So that's why we stick with ETF, real estate, okay? And even if I'm checking another version, what you would see is that ETF, real estate, that's going to be number one, number two. Guys, did you see cryptocurrency here? Cryptocurrency, did you see it here? The multimillionaires wealth blueprint. Whenever you search it, did you see it there? No. Did you see MLM? Get rich quick scheme. Did you see it there? Get rich, really or high risk stuff. Why though? Because it's high risk. Multi-millionaires most of the time, because it's easier when you are still here than when you are here and you fall. That's why you see some of them. Some people end it all, because once you are on this level pedestal, you cannot. So they cannot afford to take some of those major risks, right? So in this community, like I said, we invest like we invest like the multi-millionaires. We are moderate risk investors, right? This is not about get rich quick scheme. Village boy, latest millionaire in town. This is not about hypes. So if you're looking for, I want my money tomorrow, you double my money in 2 days, this is not for me. Because I've done it and I lost $99,000 about 6 years ago. I put it in penny stock, day trading, and options trading, $99,000, right? My friend lost $50,000 to Tesla options in 5 days. So yes, people lose more. You can lose money in the stock market, but if you invest smartly, like exactly ETF, right? And I just wanted you to understand that. So invest and do it consistently, and of course, let's put the other one, smartly. So invest consistently and smartly. Let's keep tapping out the live. We'll stop tapping and let's get it to 30,000 taps. Invest consistently and smartly. Invest consistently and smartly. If you're new here, make sure you click on that follow button. But how many can you afford is not advisable right now. What is the how many? How many? What are you talking about? How many? Did I miss something? Okay, did I miss something? Awesome. So, did I miss something? Crypto. I have crypto. I started buying, and it's still okay for me because I started buying at 13,000. But I did not put my money, my life money in there. I did not put the money that can break me in there because I've been doing it many, many years ago. But whenever we're talking about investing, we're not talking about gambling, okay? Because there are different people in the stock market. There are the speculators, there's the gamblers, and there are the investors. So whenever I'm teaching holistically. Do I buy some individual stock? Yes, I do. Do I do something? Yes, I do on the side. But then I know that I am informed, but I can never think about it. This is the only money that you have to survive for the rest of your life. Would you put it in crypto? Okay, would you put it in crypto? All right. So that's the way I want you to think about it. So, and a lot of people that are here, they are beginner investors. And the way I take in this community, that's the way I take it. Some people have never invested in their life, and they cannot afford a risky play. So, risky plays are not what we do here. We invest like investors. Okay. All right. So when I'm talking about investing, I'm not talking about $5,000. We're talking about 1 million. So let's assume that you get 1 million today. Where would you put it? And you can sleep with your two eyes closed. That's what we teach here. Okay. All right. And let's keep tapping out. We stop tapping out the live. The chat just suddenly went quiet. Did I say something? The chat went suddenly quiet. What's going on? The chat said suddenly went quiet. So what about VOO? What happened to VOO? Awesome. So invest consistently. All Saints, latest millionaire in town. Can we all keep tapping? Can we get it to 30,000 taps? The chat is very quiet. Let's get it to 30,000 taps and we continue with the live. Let's get it to 30,000 taps. The chat, I'm not sure what's going on. If all of us start tapping, let's say, and if you're not getting your daily at me, if you have not clicked on the follow button, take a minute to click on the follow button. Get your daily at me, please, if you haven't done that. Oh, okay, I get you. I get you. Life is good. I get you. Yes, that's where you put your 1 million, you put it in there. Exactly. That's the way I want you to think. And that's your exact thought. All right. So life is good. Latest millionaire in town. Awesome. Are there any other person that's still waiting on the window that we need to welcome? Your latest on the millionaires on the window, watching through the window, coming through the front door. Let's welcome you properly. Let's welcome you properly. Let's tap out the live. If you can, if you go Populars help this live as well. Go Populars help us. Fill up the gift gallery. That would really be much appreciated. Let's fill up the gift gallery. Thank you all for doing that. If you're new here, drop one. I'm new, drop one. I am new, drop one. And we're going to be going to the next thing, right? How do we invest consistently and smartly? How do we invest consistently and smartly? At least we know where the multi-millionaires are putting their money right now. Are we all tapping out the life? Oh, life is good. Thank you for tapping out the life. David is crushing it, tapping out that life. Yeah, David, Amina, Black, I relate, Zadi, Justified, Abiodun, JV, Spring Twin, Roma, Uche Tech. How are you doing? Adun, Perfect Mayangers, Kesa, Liu, All Saints, User, Frosty, Lady First, Meryl Guerrero, Queen Esther, I Proclaim, Praise Young, and everyone here, Severine, Sajid, Laura. So if you're new here, make sure you click on that follow button if you have not done that. Get your daily at me as well. Get your daily at me. Let's tap out the live. You're doing good. Awesome. Get your daily at me if you haven't done that. Let's get our daily at me. Please, let's make it a habit of whenever we come here, to get a daily at me. It gives you 30 points as well. And I learned something today from someone. Okay. So it says, awesome. Okay. We haven't screenshot your last write-up before you brought it down. Yeah, I was there for a little bit. Take a screenshot. Keep tapping out the live. Let's keep tapping out the live. Get your daily at me if you haven't. Yeah, click on the follow button. I'll put it back right there shortly. Yeah. Okay. Right here. Okay. Let's keep tapping out the live. Awesome, awesome. If you haven't joined, if you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, go there. There's some free resources for you. Maybe you're just meeting me for the first time. There's so much resources available for you right there, free resources. Also, I'm on IG. It's Money Talk with Dr. Lina. I'm the same across board on all the platforms, the same picture, the same everything. So take note of that, and make sure you go there to subscribe and also follow across all the platform. Awesome. Are you done? Are you done with the screen? Did you take a screenshot? Has everybody taken the screenshot? Have everybody taken a screenshot? And let's get it to 30,000. Really appreciate everyone doing that. All right. Yes, done. Awesome. Okay, thank you. Are we waiting on anyone? Anyone? Done. Okay. Well, perfect. All right. So, investing consistently and smartly. How do you do this? So, I'll use this as an illustration. Okay. I thought this before. So, when we say invest, one of the things that we talk about using the millionaires strategy, right? Using the millionaire strategy would be using the millionaire strategy would be let me show you 1 second. One of the strategies is, you see that real estate is part of it. Okay, give me 1 second. All right. So this is my YouTube channel, by the way, guys. So yeah, that's it. So go there and subscribe, and I will also show you. It's the same name, the same picture. So many free videos available for you right there. That's going to help you. Okay. So one of the things, whenever I tell you to stop saving, there's something called the rule of 72, and I want to use it to buttress this tonight. The rule of 72. Right? If you know rule of 72, if you don't know what rule of 72 is, just put rule of 72 in the comment. I don't know what rule of 72 is, put rule of 72 in the comment. Just type it in the comment. If you know what it is, don't type. But for those that don't know, just put rule of 72. All right. Okay. Rule of 72 tells you how long it takes your money to double. It tells you how long it takes your money to double. So just to show you, this is rule of 72. So for people that was like, where did it come from? It's just like the law of physics. You're asking Dr. Lina, where did the law of physics come from? Rule of 72, learn how to double your money with compound interest. So it tells you how quickly your money is going to double. So whenever I tell you to not save your money and invest, this is it. So if your interest is, if your bank is giving you, so you put money in the bank, if your bank is giving 0.01%, it's giving you 1%, right? If you get 1%, take 72 divided by that interest rate that you're getting. It tells you the number of years it's going to take you, or 10,000 or 5,000 or 1,000 to become 2,000, or 500 to become $1,000. 72 divided by 1, if the interest you get from your bank is 1%, it takes 72 years for your money to double when it is in the bank. Okay? All right? The same thing, if you put it in an IU savings account, remember we're talking about IU savings account, and I said the only money you put in an IU savings account is your emergency fund. 72, most of the time, exactly, yes, that's what I get every time. Trust me, this is it. It's not me. It's you see, numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. So whenever I tell you, I'm one of those people, I'll say it as it is, because if I say don't save, right, and you don't see these numbers, you will not understand the impact of what you're doing. You will not. Okay? And as a matter of fact, 50,000, Humphrey, what's his name? Humphrey did a video, and he said $50,000 put in a savings account in 2019 Right now, it is what 39,000 because inflation is at 4.2%. So inflation takes part of the money. So it's worth 39,000. So you've literally 39,000 and 38,000. You've literally lost 12. Aside from this one, you've literally lost an additional 12,000 on a $50,000, right? Separate from this is actually separate from this one. The fact that it's not growing is going to take 72 years to double. If you do Chase and Wells Fargo, that one is going to take 7,200 years, 0.01. Okay? So I hope you understand that. Now, if you put it in an IE savings account, 72 divided by 3.5%, 20 years is what is going to take your money to double, which is better, but guess what? It's still not going to build your wealth. Now, if you go on the investing side, if you put it in an S&P 500 ETF, ETF is exchange traded fund. An ETF is just a basket of stocks. Basket of stock versus individual stock. Remember, we saw index funds on the list of the multimillionaires. It's just basically there's no different. ETF funds are the ETFs and index funds are almost the same thing, right? Index fund, but basically, let me just explain it to you. ETF is just basically a basket, right? ETF is just a rule of 70 is awesome. It's just a basket of stocks instead of individual stocks. The risk is higher here. If you have $1,000, you put all your money here. The risk is higher, the return is higher, absolutely. But later, the risk is higher because if the price of the stock drops, right, what's going to happen? You're going to lose a significant portion of your money. But if you take that same stock and you put it in this basket, right, which this is ETF, this is index funds, right, it becomes ETF because you have so many companies, so many stocks of so many companies in there. Because if one stock goes down, then the impact is minimal. Okay, the impact is minimal. All right, so that's it. ETF is exchange traded fund. So whenever you hear about ETF is just a basket of stocks, period. All right, and if you want to know more about it, all through this coming week, one day of the week, I'll be teaching ETF because we're going to be doing 12 days of wealth building, 12 days of 12 days wealth building challenge. We're going to start it on Ade. Welcome in, latest millionaire in town, as well as Action, latest millionaire in town on the red carpet. Welcome in, right? So this coming week, we're going to be teaching. So on the day that we are teaching ETF, I will be teaching in depth of ETF, okay? In depth of ETF, how to go about it. Yes, it helps with diversification. It helps to with risk management, okay? It's very good for beginners. So I'm going to be teaching ETF, how to go about it, all of that during this week, okay? So market frontier is high risk, but you can see your money exactly. Yes, your principal, you don't lose, most likely you don't lose your principal. Example of ETF is between IU savings account and CD, which is better? What do you think? IU savings account is better, right? The reason why you get about the same return, it's almost the same return that you get from both of them, okay? Both return from both of them. At times, even some IU savings account are even better than CD. And CD, your money is locked away, right? IU savings account is just, it's your regular bank account and you're getting your interest every single month. You don't have to wait till another 5 months or 1 year. And the thing about it, except you have a different agenda. Let's assume that you are not disciplined with your money. You're not disciplined. You want somebody to help you lock that money away. Yes, in that situation, it makes sense. Okay, it makes sense if you just want that money to be locked away, because with IU savings account, you will have access to the money. You can still spend the money. Remember, it's just like your savings account. But if you know you are disciplined, right? Of course, IU savings account, the interest rate is even better these days. So it's a function of the purpose. And Alvin, latest millionaire in town, welcome in. Awesome. Welcome in. Awesome. So what was I saying? So the thing about it is that that's ETF. ETF is a whole basket of stocks. Maureen, latest millionaire in town, welcome in. Like, ETF is a basket of stocks. So I'm going to ask you two questions to actually buttress this. ETF, when we say ETF, there are hundreds of, and I'm going to be teaching it during this coming week. So make sure you click on the follow button and also turn on notification bell, because we're teaching zero to, uh, in whatever we're teaching right now, $0 to $1 million. ETF is just one step. But next week we'll take one day where we are teaching the whole amen. It's going to be ETF. So click on that follow button, turn on notification bell, get your daily admin. So when we are teaching that next week, you don't miss out. So also you want to join the challenge. It starts on Monday. Wealth building, 12 days wealth building challenge. And Renee, latest millionaire in town. Renee, welcome in later on the red carpet. So now ETF is just a, like I said, basket of funds. So two things that you want to know about ETF is who manages the fund and what is in the fund. So for instance, the popular one, S&P 500, top 500 companies, right, in the United States. That's a kind of ETF, right? Who manages it? Somebody said VOO. ETFs are bonds. ETFs are not bonds, okay? ETF are not bonds. Bonds are governments, okay? ETF are stocks, right? Company stocks. Bonds are government. They're just two total different things, okay? They're totally, totally off. Totally off. Exactly. ETF is stocks of individual companies. Bonds are governments. Now you can have ETF that are related to government bonds, right? Remember, ETF is a basket. So if it's government bonds that is inside that ETF, then it is government bond ETF, right? If it's companies, government, company stocks, company stocks. Yeah. If it's company stocks that is in the ETF, is, yeah, because there are two different things. Government, and there are two different entities, public and private. In the ETF, yeah. So, and as a matter of fact, if except you're in your 60s is when I'll be talking about bonds, right? If we're even talking about bonds at all, maybe 5% or 2%, right? That's when we're even talking about it, because most of the time the returns are very, very low. And of course, the risk is also low. Risk is low because it's government, and the return is also low, okay? But ETF, right, it depends on what is inside of it and who manages the fund. And let's tap out the live. Let's tap out the live. If you're new here, click on that follow button. You're new here, click on the follow button, and let's tap out the live. Get your daily admin if you have not got your daily admin. If you can fill the gift gallery, that would be much appreciated. Let's share out the live again as well. Live practice. Press my forehead on the screen. That's the only time you're allowed to do that. Press my forehead on the screen. You would see your contact and share out to them, okay? I know this, a lot of people don't know things on this app. They're new on this app, The second thing is that tap out the live, just tap the screen. Click on the follow button. You see the plus sign beside your name. Just click on that. Click on that plus sign, and so that we can welcome you in. What else again? Get your daily admin. It costs you 1 penny. This is where you are paying 1 cent, 1 penny. You're going to get 30 points back. All right. What else again? All right. Also engage. When you engage or you comment, I hope you know that you get points. This app just rewards. When you comment, you get points. When you tap out and we're not tapping out the live. We're not tapping out. We're not sharing out. We're not doing anything right now, except the chat is, I don't know. We are not doing anything. What is going on? All right, let me see my people. I think my people are sleeping. Twin, thank you. Now I see Twin. Davida, Zadi, just justified. And everyone that just joined, welcome in. Praise Young, Gift Dorm, Sylvia, Favor, Manso, Joe Maxim, Bro Bright, Christopher, Safia. Yeah, every new person, make sure you click on that follow button. Yeah, from the Republic of Ireland. Awesome, awesome. Awesome. That's great. Perfect. So ETF, like I said, is now we're doing it. Let's not forget to share the live. Let's not forget to repost. Get your daily at me as well. If you've not clicked on the follow button, let's do that. So it's a basket of stock, like I said, right? It's what is in that stock, what is in that basket, and who manages it. So for instance, when we say VO, it means Vanguard manages it, okay? And what is inside is an S&P 500, okay? When we talk about IVV, BlackRock manages it. What is inside is an S&P 500. Now, when you hear that, don't be intimidated. It's you can buy the, what's it called? It's the other day, Kenya. Somebody was asking, can I buy this in Kenya? You can buy the Nairobi, top 500 companies, right? And you just buy it from the, Nairobi, on the Nairobi Stock Exchange. You are in, let's say you are in Sweden, you can buy the Sweden stock exchange, and buy top 100. It doesn't have to be 500. You can buy the entire market, okay? It's about what is inside. So that tells you that there are hundreds of thousands of ETF. And you want to invest in the US stock market as well. Like you want to buy this S&P 500, like the popular VOO that people talks about, right? You can actually buy it as well through your brokerage. But we'll talk more about it in the during the week, okay? So make sure you click on that follow button. It is it's a very good way of investing, right? Because the risk is pretty manageable, and of course it has data. So like the S&P 500 has returned between 14 to 15% in the past 10 years. In the past 30 to 50 years, it's returned 8 to 12%. So it means that you can actually double your money, right? Double your money in 7 years, 2 months versus 72 years. You can double your money in 5 years versus 20 years. That's what it means, right? That's what it means. What is that? Explain the process and return, and if talking too much out of point. Yeah, you can also scroll past action, okay? You can actually scroll past. You don't come to my life and step on me. It doesn't work like that, okay? Yeah, this is my life. I have control over it. If it doesn't work for you, you can actually scroll past, okay? Thank you so much. Awesome. And also be very respectful to people, all right? You don't come here and don't do that, all right? All right? And I know, try to, I know that some people do not have joy in their life. Whatever you're going through, I pray to God to help you to go through it, okay? All right? Either ways, I love you, all right? Awesome. Okay, let's keep tapping out the life. Awesome. So, we're talking about the rule of 72, all right? We're talking about the rule of 72. Take, yeah, I mean, it's okay. I mean, just let's not be distracted. I know I can handle all of that, all right? I grew up among boys, so trust me. And I work amongst men, okay? I'm a vice president of technology. I'm on that board where it's all men. No, I don't. I cannot ignore when I see somebody that is mannerless, I handle it, okay? Right? I don't tolerate bullies. You don't come into my life and step up on me. Definitely not. Some people don't have joy in their life, and you don't transfer your negativity to other people, okay? But whatever you're going through, I wish you all the best, okay? Albero, latest millionaire in town. All right. Welcome in, okay? You cannot spoil our joy here. We are millionaires. We carry grace, okay? Right? It's not easy to become a millionaire, so, yeah. All right. But I still love you, okay? Stick around, learn, and, and get cultures and get some well-trained, which get properly trained. All right. So, rule of 72, okay? Rule of 72, it just tells, rule of 72. So for instance, we have, if you put it in an S&P 500, okay, S&P 500, it has returned about 14 to 15%, okay? 14 to 15%, it give you 5 years, right? 5 years in return versus 20 years, right? 7.2 years in return versus 7,200 years. Hey Mo, how are you doing? Please, how is Robinhood related to VO? Okay, Mo, you're going to answer this question. Are you in the United States or what country? How is Bank of America related to your cash in the account? That's your answer, right? Robinhood is your bank, your Bank of America, and your cash in your account is the VO. Does that answer your question? All right? Does that answer your question? Perfect. Does that answer your question? Please confirm. I just wanted to make sure. And for anybody that might be thinking about that, it's just basically your bank. It's basically your Robinhood is the platform. Okay. What VOO is the assets that you buy in there. VOO is the ETF. Robinhood is the platform where you buy the ETF. Does that make sense? So Robinhood is like your Fidelity, is your bank, is your investment account, your brokerage firm. But what is inside there? What are you buying inside there? Is the VOO. So you fund the account, then okay. Does that make sense? Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. Great, awesome. Now we have five. So we talked about that's 5 years, and then the other thing is that we have real estate. Now, when we talk, now this is now number 8. Okay, we were on we invest consistently. This is ETF. That is number 7. You're welcome. You're absolutely welcome. Now we have we've already talked about. Remember, we're talking about invest consistently, right? Invest consistently and smartly. That's what we're talking about. So what are the kind of investment that you have? The first investment that you have is ETF, right? That's the first one, which is what I just described. And I said we'll talk more about it during the week when we are on a 12 days wealth building challenge. Now, the second part of it is real estate. Okay? Real estate. Remember, we were looking at something earlier. Where does the multimillionaire, where do they put their money? Where does the multimillionaire, where do they put their money? All right? And you see real estate there. You would see ETF or index funds there, okay? You will see it right there. Welcoming each and every one of us. Let's keep tapping out the line. Let's get it to 35,000. And of course, let's also, if you are new here, click on that follow button so we can welcome you. Awesome. Thank you all for tapping out the line. Really appreciate that. Get your daily at me if you have not. Now, we're talking about real estate. Real estate, on the other hand, one of the ways I would help you that I would describe real estate to you is, you see, when it comes to ETF, you're excited that, oh, you know what, I can double my money in 5 years. I can double it in 7 years. Absolutely better than here, right? But then with real estate, you're going to, with ETF, you see two things that you get. You can either get cash flow. Can you give us the website? What website? What website? Please confirm the website you're talking about. The website where no, just check where does the multimillionaire put their money? Where does the multimillionaire put their money? That's all you Google. The website is Googled. Your website is ChatGPT. the website is ChatGPT. It's not me. Just Google. You see, I always say that I teach you to fish. That's all that I did. Just go online and check best I am. Where does the multimillionaire put the money? Right? Most of the time I tell people to check it, but a lot of time people we take time. We are not checking. So I just started checking it myself. Rich people diversify and put money in many places. All right. So real estate, okay? Real estate is the other one where they put their money. All right. So the first thing is, whenever we're doing, right, they put money in ETF, right? Because they are diversifying their portfolio. Diversification is very key. So they don't put all their money. So some people that would ask the question, Dr. Lina, should I just do ETF or should I just do real estate? Your answer is you do both. But the question should be, which one should I start first? Instead of you saying that, oh, which one should I? It's not a function of pick or choose. It's a function of which one, in what order. So if you're a beginner investor, start from here, right? As you grow, then you move here, okay? All right. So I hope we answered that question, because you understand why real estate happens to be the most common way to save, and you're kind of forced to put a lot. Otherwise, yeah. Okay. So the thing about it is that when it comes to ETF would give you cash flow. I mean, it will give you, most ETF will give you growth standard, meaning that you put $100, right? The ETF goes up and it becomes $500. So like VOO, I showed you the other day in my portfolio, I showed you when I started buying ETF at 285, and then today is at almost 700. It was at 680, 690 when I showed you, right? 690, that is growth. And Zadie was crying. Zadie was crying because she sold her own when it was $400, because she saw the price that go down. It's okay. We'll ride the horse, because it's still going back to what? Maybe 1,500, 2,000. If you cried. Okay, yes, she cried. I'm not lying, right? So, but then we also went all the way back and we saw, but not discouraged. That is the way, girl. Yeah. Now we also now saw when we even went all the way. So if you're saying, Dr. Lina, you were, oh wow. Now think, oh, at 285, 290 you bought. That was VOO. Now there's some people that bought it at 100 because I went all the way back and I showed you at 100, right? Today is at 690 diamond coin, yeah. Right, that's it. I showed you some people bought at 100. Some people are buying right now. So how you invest, you do it consistently. You are buying, you're dollar cost averaging. Every single paycheck you're buying and you all of that. But that's by the way. That's by the side. Now we have, it's going to give you growth. If you invest in the right one, most ETF would give you growth. Okay, make sure you look at the trend. That month, welcome in. How are you doing? Yeah, Sky, welcome in. Make sure you click on that follow button if you have not done that. If you are new here, you'll be sitting for 2 minutes. Click on that follow button. You'll be sitting for 2 minutes. Click on that follow button. Let's keep tapping out the live. Let's share out the live. Diamond Sky Queen, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. And that number, Liberty Money, and who else? K4, KH yeah, latest millionaire in town. For everyone that is seated, it's 2 minutes. It's okay for you to also scroll, but if this is what you are looking for, click on that follow button, turn on notification bell. Don't look for me later. Also, be careful. There are some people that represent as Dr. Lina that might follow you. That's not Dr. Lina. Oh, that's how it's been done. Get your daily at me. That's it, right? They might represent as Dr. Lina. They might say it's backup. It's not me. They might have my content and picture. It's not me. Click on that follow button. So what happens if it goes to $0? Because it means you lose. That you lose and you have to buy another. So, Shirley, how is it possible? So, ETF is a basket of stocks. So, is it possible? For instance, let's use the top 500 companies in the United States. Top 500 companies in the United States. So, we're talking about Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Netflix, Broadcom, Coca-Cola, Costco, Johnson & Johnson, Procter & Gamble that have been around for 100 years. I know because I worked there for 8 years. Bank of America, Chase, all of those companies, ExxonMobil, oil. Is it possible for all of this company to become zero? The question goes to Shelley. Is it possible for all of this company to become zero? Oh, no, we want Shirley. Exactly. That's your answer right there. So back to the question that you asked. So what happens if it goes to $0? Does it mean you lose? So if your answer is no, then you should not even, that's why we are investing like this and we are moderate risk investors. Does that make sense? Yeah, does that make sense? Right? So you need to know what you're investing in. So that's why we're not going the route of individual stocks. That's why the multimillionaires don't invest in, that's why they do more of index funds. We invest like Warren Buffett of this world, right? Do you know the latest ETFs you can trade international apart from VXUS? You need to check, right? You need to check. VXUS is good, right? Vanguard has a good one, but yeah, so you need to check, right? There are hundreds of, thousands of ETF. How do I know everything? If I know everything, would you not be worried for me, right? Awesome. So now you're going to get growth. Now the other part of things that you can get with ETF is something called cash flow. So aside the fact that, I talk about the VOO that went all the way to 690, went rogue and is still going up like that. Aside the fact that it's growing, right? Like last year it returned 18%, right? It's also possible there's some ETF that also give you something called dividends, meaning that it's growing, but it's also going to give you some return, like every single month or every single quarter, you get return on your money. Like they're going to be paying you for owning that particular ETF, okay? So that is cash flow. That is the cash flow. You want to know those ones, go on my YouTube channel, Money Talk with Dr. Lina. You will see some of those. You will see, at least you have one or two that is right there. Can you help someone in Dubai to get ETF set up? Yes, schedule a one-on-one, right? Just make sure that your account is already open. Schedule a one-on-one. You'll find the link in my bio, Liberty Money. You find the link in my bio, but I am not going to do it on my own account. You will be the one to trade. Do not let anybody trade on your behalf. Never, right? It's going to be on your account. You would, but the only thing is to guide you on what to buy, direct you, do it this way, do it this way. Exactly. That's what you would do, right? But it's going to be a one-on-one consultation on a Zoom call. So definitely we can do that. Do not give anybody money to invest on your behalf. Okay? Exactly. Yes. All right. Yeah. All right. So if you're new here, you'll be sitting 2 minutes. Click on the follow button. You're new here, click on the follow button. All right. And if you want to know some of the few ones, you'll find I have a short video right there on my YouTube channel. It's Money Talk with Dr. Lina. That's the name. Go there and subscribe. You would find a couple of videos that would, quite a number of videos right there. All right. So real estate on the other hand, so you can see it gives you dividends and it gives you growth. Now, but real estate on the other hand gives you 6 paychecks. So this gives you 2. This gives you 6. Omo Bay, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Right? This gives you 6. All right. So you have it gives you the cash flow, which is the same thing as here, right? So you have real estate. When you buy real estate, why real estate? A lot of people, if you're a beginner, you want to just stick with here, right? You can still invest in real estate just buying REIT ETF, right? Real estate investment trust ETF, right? This you don't have to. It's not building. You don't have traditional building. So when we're talking about real estate, we're not talking as ETF. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about you buying a house and renting it out. You buying a mall, and that's commercial, right? Commercial property. You buying what's it called? What's this other thing called? A storage, a storage unit, and then you rent it out. You buy a retail outlet and you rent it out. You have an apartment complex, you rent it out. You have a single home, you rent it out. Okay, latest millionaire in town, welcome in. So whatever we are talking about here is not REIT. This is traditional building, okay? Real estate, all right? Which is, of course, the multimillionaires, they play here. The billionaires, all of them, I can tell you, they have it. And you would understand the reason why. They have this one, but this is a must, right? This is a must. And you would see the reason why. So the first thing that they get is cash flow. So what is cash flow? Easy one for you. Maybe you are renting right now. Every single month you pay your landlord, right? Every single month. I get it. My Tech ETF grows your fund to invest in real estate. Yeah. You just answered the question I've been asking over 44 minutes. Thanks. Oh, okay. All right. That's how I teach, right? So a lot of times I don't give you the fish. I teach you the fish because you will understand. All right. Now, what's it called? The first thing first is cash flow, right? The first thing first is cash flow. So your tenants will rent a house. You might be a tenant, you pay your landlord every single month. Or you might be a landlord and you rent out, you might be a landlord and every single month a tenant pays you, whatever. That is cash flow. So you bought a house and somebody is paying you every single month. If you finance it with the bank, right, you're going to get a mortgage, right? You pay off the mortgage, and then the difference between the mortgage and the rent, right, that is cash flow. Okay, mortgage and the rent, the difference between mortgage and the rent, that is cash flow. Now the second part of it is appreciation. Do we understand cash flow? Do we understand cash flow? Do we understand cash flow? Yes or no? And we're not, let's keep tapping out the live. No. Okay. Cash flow is the difference, is the return that you get on your investment. You don't understand. Okay. If you are new here, those that said no, you're new, click on that follow button. If you haven't done so, click on the plus sign so we can get you welcome, and we know that you're part of the community. Also get your daily admin if you can. It costs you 1 penny. So cash flow is simply you bought a house, right? Every single month, easy. Every single month, a tenant pays you, right? Every single month, a tenant pays you. That is cash flow. So you bought the property 200,000. Every month, the tenant pays you 200,000, right? Right? Every single month, the tenant pays you, right? DF, latest millionaire in town. Okay, every single month, you rent a house, you buy a house, you bought it 200,000. Every single you put it out on rent to a tenant. A tenant pays you every single month $2,000. That $2,000 is cash flow to you. Okay, 2,000 that you get return, that rental income, that's cash flow. Now the other side of it is that you did not buy that house cash, so you finance part of it. So because maybe you put 20% down, you put 40,000 down, and you're able to buy the property. You put it, the bank finance 160,000. So it means that every single month you're going to be paying the bank, right? You're going to be paying them something called mortgage, insurance, and all of the entire PTI, right? Right? You pay that. So let's say that is 1,500 out of the 2,000 your tenant pays you. 500 that is left to you, that is cash flow. Okay? So if it's not financed, you bought it cash 200, rent is 2,000, 2,000 is cash flow. You did not find, your bank finances it, you pay the bank some of the money with interest and all of that. The difference between your mortgage and the rental income, that is cash flow. Do we understand it now? Do we understand? Renee, the latest millionaire in town, welcome in. Okay, got it. Awesome. Perfect. Awesome. Perfect. Okay. Now the second thing is number 2, appreciation. Remember that with yes, understand. Hey, K Jam, how are you doing? So good to have you. It's been a minute. All right. Appreciation is the same thing, almost the same thing as growth on the ETF. Remember, I said we're doing some form of comparison. Appreciation with real estate, if you buy it in the right neighborhood, there are different kinds of neighborhood. In case you do not know, there's the A, B, C, D neighborhood. Especially, this is the rating in the United States. I don't know in some other countries, but the technology or the thought behind it is the same thing. Okay, the thought behind it: A being the best neighborhood, the best in class; D being the kids; D being the worst in neighborhood, worst. Some of the rent money also goes to your principal, which accumulates for you. Yes, exactly. That's not what we're talking about, because that's not but you're right. But that's not what the part that we're going to get to that shortly. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Guardian. Make sure you click on the follow button. If you are new here, click on that plus sign. For everyone that is new, if you wait 2 minutes, click on that follow button. It looks like what you are looking for. Yeah, underwater. What is underwater, Paul? I hope you have not gone to do, what is it called? You did not do bidding war. I hope you did not do bidding war. Nana, latest millionaire in town. Because that underwater that you said, it's $1 million thing. Please explain yourself. Let's help you out. Now, appreciation with real estate, right? There is, based on the neighborhood where you buy properties, the property appreciates quicker than the other. Appreciates quicker than the other. And a neighborhood, most of the time, the property appreciates even in less than 10 years, 8 years, 7 years. The property that we bought 2017 already doubled its value as of last year. It's not at year 7 going 8. That's when it was 300,000 and it's already $600,000. Okay, so that's it. If anybody can argue, but I have already practicalized it. Okay, so I can tell you data, right? And that's also the data that is available. Real estate doubles its value every 10 years. Now, if you buy it in the ghetto, or you bought because you you bought in the bidding, went to do, the price of the property is 300, you bought it 400,000, then you're your own. The value of the property is doesn't. So real estate, right? Appreciation simply means the rate at which the property increases in value. That's period, right? So real estate doubles its value, ideally, averagely every 10 years. So the same way you have here, 10 years with real estate ETF, of course, you also see growth. Of course, you saw ETF VOO grow all the way to 690, right? Example of appreciation is only a property in Manhattan or Brooklyn. Okay. All right. I don't know what that means. Manhattan, exact. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I get you. So A neighborhood and D neighborhood. Okay. Is that what you're saying? Okay. Yeah. But it also depends on the part of Brooklyn, because I know the part of Brooklyn that is Seagate, gated, where the Jewish stays, right? So it depends on, no, no, how are you? All right. So that's, do we understand appreciation? Simple. The rate at which property value grows. That's what it is. Okay. If you do not understand, exactly. Okay. Awesome. So three, all right, three is equity. So somebody mentioned that earlier. So every single time. So first, the equity is in two forms. Making it appreciate immediately, to buy it by refurbishing, adding one more room or a kitchen. Yeah, so we're now talking about fix. You're talking about fixing, which is the strategy that I use, right? Yes, that's the other way. You can actually also force. No, we'll talk about it under equity, okay? It can only get better. Make sure you click on that follow button if you have not done that, right? Get your daily admin. So we will talk about this, right? You can also force, that's true. You can force appreciation based on, you can also force appreciation. I like the angle that you're coming from. You can also force appreciation on a property. What you're saying is forced appreciation, whereby you buy a property and you fix it, and then you also you get the appreciation. Okay, you appreciate in value. So most of the properties that I buy, they are almost like fixed to rent. Okay, fixed to rent. So most of the time the properties are not like they're not in the MLS, they're not in the market, right? I'm buying off market deals. So every property that I bought, I don't buy them more than 80% of the price. Okay, so what that means is that I already get 20% in terms of appreciation, almost immediately, because I bought it at 80% of the price. But that's also tricky. Let me not confuse you. Let's talk about it as part of equity. Let's talk about that as part of equity. Emma, latest millionaire in town. So do you? No, I don't flip. Never flip. I never sell. Right? Flipping is not part of what we do here. Flipping is more of the mid, almost high risk as well. Right? We are moderate risk investors, so we buy and hold. Okay, that's what I do. I buy and hold. I own and manage double-digit real estate portfolio. Awesome. I own and manage double-digit real estate. So now let's go to on equity. And I would also thank you for also, it can only get better, right? Thank you for also bringing the other perspective. Now, equity could be equity, life balance, diabetes, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Equity, on the other hand, can also be, the third thing, you see these two, it matches ETF. You're excited about ETF, right? These two, this is where it ends. This is the only competition that you can have between ETF and real estate. So all the people always asking, oh, which one is better, ETF or real estate? Real estate will always beat in arms down. Anybody can go and argue, but I would show it to you. I don't argue blindly. I argue with data. Okay, I argue with data. What am I missing? Thanks for taking your time with us. Oh, absolutely. What is your strategy of buying small cap stocks? Small caps. I don't buy small cap stock. I don't buy individual stock. Remember, we are moderate risk. Thank you so much. Get to your daily admin. Prince, are you just joining? You want to stick around? If you're just joining, if you want to stick around, call for latest millionaire in town. Life balance. Thank you. Who else again? Let's say. Does it happen where you can buy houses and lack renters? Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Yes, you can. Yes, that's why you need to do the analysis right before. Do the analysis before, because that's going to save you the heartache. Okay. Hayes, latest millionaire in town. It's going to very good question. Is it possible? But you would already know that. That's part of the data that you need to check, right? You need to check, what is it called? What's it called? Days on market, DOM, right? Days on market, right? It would already tell you how long it takes, right? That's part of the things that you need to check. It's part of the analysis that you even do, right? Okay. So equity. Now let's go to number 3. Equity, you will not see that here. You will not see it under ETF. Mba. No. Equity. What is equity? What is ELOG? You mean ELOG? Okay. Can we pack all the questions so that I can let's pack all the questions. You're welcome. Let's pack all the questions. No, you're not late. Let's pack all the questions to when I go through number 5, or when I go through each of them, then you can ask the question. Is that okay? So that I can teach, okay? I like the life, I like the way it's engaging. But once I finish number 3, then ask your question. Is that okay? Is that okay, guys? Oh, thank you so much. Hi, the amazing Grace. How are you? Is that okay, guys? Ask your question once we finish number 3. Then I'll answer questions. Then number 4. Then I'll answer question again. Is that okay? If that's okay, let me know. Let's keep okay, perfect. And if you're new here, you've not clicked on the follow button, click on the follow button. Let's welcome you here. Let's welcome you in. So equity, all right, is one thing that ETF doesn't have. What is equity? So remember, there are 3 types, and my friend just somebody just put another one that I totally did not mention before. So the first one equity that you can have is something called first equity. So you buy a property and you can gain equity in it off the back. Okay, off the back you can gain equity. So this is one of the successful part of my strategy in investing in real estate, making sure there's equity off the back. I never buy the property, I never buy real estate at full price. Okay, I must get Black Friday sales, I must get it as a discount, and that my discount is crazy. It has to be, I have my number, it has to be 20% discount. So let it house to be the best in town. Let it has everything. So far, it doesn't match that 20%. I think I only did it in one place whereby I knew I was able to use that house. We were able to use the house for Airbnb. This one is even more than Black Friday deal, right? I was able to use the property because it was close to the largest mall in my city. So it makes sense. It has what's it called? It has the largest this water fountain. So I could do short-term rental. That's the only property ever that I did not do that. What do you gain equity? Do you gain equity when you put down? No, that's not it. It simply means that you are buying the property at a discount, period. So what does this mean? I buy the property and I fix it. So most of the time, you're not seeing me, I'm not dealing with realtors. And if I'm dealing with realtors, some of the time, I'm almost like a cash buyer. So I am buying with cash. So the property is $250,000. I'm paying $250,000 because, of course, the bank is not going to finance those kind of houses. Diamond, Sky Queen. Yeah. You don't understand the question. Oh, what's the question? Repeat the question. Yeah. Do you gain equity immediately when you put down the 20%? Maybe you need to rephrase the question. You rephrase the question because I read it again. You're saying that down payment is not down payment, right? Rephrase the question and I'll be able to. And we said that let me explain before we start asking questions. Let me explain before. If you're new here, click on the follow button, okay? All right. So maybe by my answer, the question might have been answered as part of the explanation. So it simply means that the property is, let's assume that this property is let me give you a real life. So there's one property that we bought in, what's the one that got me broke in December 2020. This is in December 2024. We bought it. Elkie's latest millionaire in town. Hey, Pi 212, how are you? That's how it's been done. I know she was going to get a daily at me. Thank you so much. Yeah. So we bought this property in December 2024. Right, it's actually the one that I'm going through the eviction, chasing a tenant out. If you saw my video, yeah, it's that house. Bought it $245,000. Everything all in is about $250 or $251. But that same property, right there, if I wanted to, because I needed to just put about $1,000 because it was already painted, all of that, right? Right there, if I wanted to sell it, I could sell it for $320,000. The value was $320,000. So that's what I mean. The value is $320,000. There's another property that maybe for the OGs in the house, they would have heard my story when I said I wanted to buy a car and I couldn't think of taking my money, my hard-earned money, 6 months of my paycheck, and use it to buy a car. So what did I do? I bought a house. So the house was 170, was 172,000, 172,500. Okay, because we got some discount. It was listed for 185. We bought it for 172. I fixed it, did everything, painting or whatever. It went in, all in was 180,000. But off the back, that property is $230,000. Does that make sense? Now you understand. So what does that mean? Like the first one, attitude, latest millionaire in town, right? What does that mean? It simply means that, like the first, this one that I just talked about, I already have a first equity, like of two, was it 180 minus 230? That's $50,000 already on that property, right? If I wanted to sell it and flip it, you see what the flippers do, right? But the only difference is that I'm not flipping. I'm buying like a flipper, those that do fix and flip. But the difference is that I don't sell it. I rent it out, okay? All our latest millionaire in town. Does that make sense, right? So that's how I buy, okay? And I can give you quite series, because like I said, I own and manage double digit real estate portfolio. So I can give you different numbers like that. We have property that we bought to 180 or 200. Today is over 300,000, right? So those are the, so that's one. The other thing that my other friend I was saying earlier is, you can actually look around the house. Maybe the living room is too big. Now we're going into the rehab process. Living room is really like, in the old days or whatever. Living room is big, and you think that, oh, you know what, we can actually squeeze a room here. You change it from 3-bedroom, it becomes a 4-bedroom. All right? Because there's one property that we bought, right? And the property in the county is listed as 3-bedroom. Right? Even when we bought it, it was 3-bedroom. We saw 3-bedroom. That's what we thought we saw. Only for us to, one day we were fixing the house, and I was like, I just started counting the room, and it was four bedroom. So it tells you that somebody had forced one other room. Maybe the room was too large. They forced 1-bedroom. That automatically increased the value of the property. Please, is ETF different from a compound interest investment? Compound is the way at which money doubles, like how money increases. It's compounding, it's increasing, right? ETF is what is compounding. ETF is the asset that is compounding. Does that make sense? Right? ETF is the thing that is growing, right? It's just like you're asking, ETF is what is growing, okay? All right? ETF is the thing that is compounding. Can somebody explain it? Yeah, that's what, okay. Do you understand it? If you don't understand it, I'll talk about it after. So equity, that is first equity, right? The property is worth 250,000. You bought it. You were able to push it, right? You were able to push it, and you made sure that you push it one way. So that's one equity. So now think about that property now. That's one thing. Now there's another kind of appreciation, okay? And I'm going to use another property, right, that we bought it 190 or 200,000, right? That property, that was in 2022 or 2023. We bought it 200,000 or something. That property, we used it for an Airbnb for a year. Somebody lived there for another 3 years. Is currently somebody is moving in right now. We bought it 200,000, and today is what, about 300 and something thousand, But the equity there is, in this case, we didn't have to do much. So think about the equity in that property alone is, thank you so much, Nunu. Okay, that's your answer right there. Okay, Nunu is good with words, right? So the equity in that property, right? We didn't have to force any equity in that property is about 110, 120,000, because the property has appreciated over time. So that's the second type of appreciation, the second type of equity. Okay, the first one is the one that maybe you bought it at a discount, or you fixed it a little bit and it became the price. You were able to force some equity. You added the room, you added something, you repainted, you do whatever. That's one kind of equity. The second one is because the property, remember we said appreciation, every 10 years this property appreciates. It means that the property that I said is 230,000, it becomes 260,000. I mean 560,000 in no, 230, 460,000 in 10 years, right? In 2034, it becomes 12. Yeah. So think about that. That is an additional how much? 230,000, which is another kind of equity on top of the initial 50,000 that we have. That's equity. Now, what's the general meaning of equity? Equity is general meaning of equity is what you have. Equity is your assets, the market value minus how much you hold on the property, period. All right? Market value of the property, okay? So what is the property worth today minus if you have money with the bank or whatever, right? You are owing the bank, which is the third thing I want to talk about, okay? So you need to be patient and listen, okay? The third part of it is the third part of equity is now for like the house that I said to 2024 that it was 170. Let's talk about that one. Since that time, tenants has been renting it, okay? And they have been paying. And every single time they pay, let's assume that we have a mortgage on the house. Every single time they pay, I am paying off the bank every single month, okay? I'm paying off the bank. Let's assume that, let's say I owe 120,000 on the property. Maybe now I owe $100,000 on the property. So that is additional equity right there. So it means that in 10 years, that property is 460,000, and tenant has lived there, or I've already paid some of my mortgages in that property. So maybe the whatever I have left on the mortgage is 50,000. You start with my equity is going to be how much I owe minus what is the market value. All right, so 460 minus 50,000, hypothetically, it means I have 410,000. It means that I have 410,000 on that particular property. Okay, all right. So does that answer the question? Do we understand equity now? That's 3 types of equity. Now, the other thing is, so a lot of times people would say, oh, you know what, Dr. Lina, but then, the argument is that, but until you sell the house, that's when you can take equity. No, you can actually take equity from a property anytime. Okay? As a matter of fact, you look at appreciation, not depreciation. Properties don't depreciate. It's in the books that it depreciates. So calm down. That's why I want us to get to the end so that you property don't, okay. So the thing about it, is, that is equity for you. Now, how do you can actually take money out at any time? Let's keep tapping and let's get it to 40,000 taps. If you are seated here, you've not clicked on that follow button, let's click on that follow button. You're seated here, you've not clicked on the follow button, click on the follow button, let's welcome you. Awesome. So that's equity. Now you might say that, oh, the money is locked away, right? You cannot touch the money. It's until you sell the house. Hell no. You can actually take out money at any time, right? If you have equity in that property, you can take up to $75,000 to $80,000 in that 80% of that equity. Wumi is praised latest millionaire in town. Yeah. So you can actually take up to 75 to 80% of that equity that you have in that property. Okay. All right. So that answers the shuriq. That's the profit. What you own outrightly and investment. Okay. Can we use the equity? Yes, we can. All right. So any question? Dika Trade, latest millionaire in town. Any question? Any question? Any question on equity? Now we're taking question. Now is your time. You can ask question. If take out, yes, you can take out your equity. There's something called home equity line of credit, and there's a cash out refinance. Home equity line of credit, and there's cash out refinance. That's how you take it out. You can have a line of credit, just like a credit card. All right, just like a credit card, and you get your money. You know where you have it is what you spend. That's what you pay interest on. Or you can actually clearly take cash out. Okay. But you are not going to use it to buy liability. You use it to buy asset. The percent. What's the percent? What do you mean by percent? Any question? Any other question? Now you can ask all your question. when it comes to equity. Otherwise, we'll go to the next one. It's not equity. We're good to go. Awesome. All right. That's why I said wait till the end. Please, how is it better than ETF? Okay. All right. You can see ETFs give you these two. Equity. Your money is equity in itself already tells you. Cannot get that with ETF. Can you describe how to take out equity? Yeah, it's just basically apply just the same way you're applying for a loan. Remember, it's a loan, right? It's a loan, but it's just like equity is like what's it called? You have a loan backed up by your property. That's they put it as a credit line for you. It's just like a credit line. So let's say you have 100,000. They'll give you a credit line of 80%, 80,000, right? Which if you use just 10%, that's what you pay for, right? But you need to submit the application, go through the process, and you will get it. Okay. Leo, how are you doing? It can only get better. What percent can be taken out? How many ways are there? Yeah, so I typically would talk about two. There's Ilion as well. There is ELOC, there's cash out refinance, but the pretty common ones are the ELOCs and the cash out refinance. Okay. Cash out refinance is you are taking the cash outrightly. I watched from the stream earlier. Awesome. That's great. So good to have you. And the percentage is typically it's between 70 to 80%, depending on the mortgage company, depending on your record and all of those things. Okay. Your DTI as well, your debt to income ratio. I wish I knew to how and when do you know those deals to buy a house on reduced cost? Yeah, you need to schedule that to happen. Get a mentorship program, because that's going to be, it's not like it's really available, like I'm looking at it right now, right? Okay. But for small investor as a start, which one do you prefer? ETF? Oh, if you are just a beginner, ETF, definitely. You're a beginner, ETF, okay? You're beginner, right? Because of course you need down payment. You need the credit, you need the knowledge when it comes to real estate. As a beginner, just start with ETF. You have $500, start with ETF. I have $1, start with ETF because you need down payment. It's more capital intensive than ETF, definitely. But the thing about it is that always it's just like you are graduating. Remember the way yesterday I described it. ETF is like, you are walking. Yeah, as a child, if you are just putting your money in IE savings account, you are crawling when your finances. When it comes to when you put it in ETF, you start walking. And then when you go into real estate and you start pushing to businesses, then you know that you are running, okay? Because the journey is going to be quicker. So it's going to be a mix of it. Dr. Lina, do you have ETF? Yes, absolutely. Do I have real estate? Absolutely. So it's a mix of both. So it's still part of diversification of my portfolio, right? Always do that. We don't have to pick and choose. Are there disadvantages of ETF? Not that I can think of right now. The disadvantage will be your returns will be lower because you will know that the higher the risk, the higher the return. What is your favorite part of streaming? Okay. The questions that people ask me, okay? And when people come to troll on or try to ride me or bully me on my life, and I put them back in their space. Yes, that's part of it, okay? And the fact that I'm able to add value. Somebody's asking what is on the YouTube side, what's my favorite part? Are we good on that? Let's now go on number 4, leverage. You see this leverage? This is where, hands down, and you're welcome. This is where, hands down. And if you're new here, let's quickly do a reset. You're new here, you've not clicked on the follow button. Let's do that. 2 minutes is enough for you to determine if this is what you're looking for, right? Let's click on the follow button. We want to make sure that we don't have BOTs here. And also we want to welcome you properly. And please also note that Dr. Lina is not following you. If somebody follows you or comes to your DM or whatever, that's not we will welcome you. You will get a message immediately, but other than that, we don't do crypto. We don't have a WhatsApp group. We don't have a Telegram group. It's not Dr. Lina. So as a matter of fact, click on that plus sign right now. Let's welcome you in. And so this is the right Dr. Lina. I was just joking earlier that somebody literally just blocked me and said I'm the wrong Dr. Lina. earlier. Queen, if you are here, this is the right Dr. Lina. You blocked the right person and you went, you're following the wrong person. I mean, she kept on arguing. So let it not be Queen, because now she was probably looking for me, because she was very active in the live earlier, but I guess she forgot to click on the follow button, and then she just thought, yeah. So if you're here, you've not clicked on that plus sign, click on the follow button. Let's welcome you. Nana and I miss, I'm new here, you just joined. Awesome. Kefra, Zoes, Cash, everyone, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Major General, you have not clicked on the follow button. You asked the most question. Latest millionaire in town. Welcome. You see the reason why I always remember to ask that, because a lot of time people are so engaged. It happens to me, right? So it's not like they mean anything, right? They forget and they're just so locked in that they forget to click on that plus sign. Then after they're like, oh my goodness, I just, and then you're looking for, and you see multiple Dr. Lina, you don't know the right one. This is my only account, guys. Please watch out, and be safe out there. Report, you know what to do, report and block them. Let's keep reporting them. Let's keep blocking them. Yes, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in, everyone. Awesome. So let's go. Somebody asked a question. Sorry. Let's see. What is good way to sell our house or take equity? I've just talked about cash out refinance and A-lock. That's how you take equity. Because I don't sell, okay? I don't sell houses. I don't sell houses. I mean, I don't sell, right? We die with the house. That's what the millionaire does. We take the equity out, right? We borrow against it. That is how we invest, right? We're long-term investors. As a matter of fact, I'm not selling any of my houses. So, but if you want to sell, just put it on the market, right? Put it on the market and you get it to sell. Get a realtor. I'm not a realtor. I'm a real estate investor. They're two different things. I'm not a realtor. I'm a real estate investor. Okay? So get a realtor to help you sell it, Yeah. Otherwise, you can also go to Investors Forum if you just want a short sale. It's going to be at a discount. They might not buy it the way you want it. So, yeah, but you want a good price, just put it on the market and you'll sell. Okay? Does that answer your question? Let's keep tapping out the live. Can we get it to 50,000 taps? Let's also share. We'll soon be wrapping up the live. If you're just joining, make sure you click on the follow button so that we can turn on notification bell. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm not sure I'm going to be here in the afternoon, but I might be here in the evening. So turn on notification bell so you know when I'm live. Like today, I joined at 3, and that's the worst time to join. I only came live at 3, because I was too tired. Awesome. So number 4 is leverage. You see this leverage? Everybody put leverage in the comments. Type leverage. You see this leverage? You saw, as a matter of fact, leverage and tax. These two, right? Even if the house is empty. And of course, appreciation. A lot of time we focus on the small things. Cash flow, equity. We are focusing on, you see appreciation. You see leverage. You see the taxes. That's where you understand why the multi-millionaire put their money. Why do they put their money in real estate? Let's keep tapping out the live. Thank you all for doing that. Get your daily admin if you have not gotten it. Leverage, right? Whenever it comes to leverage, it simply means that you have, and I'll say it, you can now, maybe somebody can help put it in the comments summary. You buy property, you finance it. You bought property 200,000. You finance it you finance banks, you put 40,000 down, right? 40,000 down, banks finances 160,000. All you put in is 40K. I think I need my board here. All you put in is 40K, and I'm going to have to wipe this. I hate to wipe it, but because I use it to. All you put in, you bought a property, all you put in is 40K. But the asset is 200K. Right? You means that you have asset worth 200K. This is, now let's go on. This is real estate. ETF. If you want to buy, you have 40K. If you want to buy ETF, is it possible for you to buy ETF and say, okay, you know what? I want to buy 50,000 watt ETF, but I only have 40,000. Would it fly? Can you buy it? Yeah, you only have 40,000 in my Vanguard account, Fidelity account, in my Robinhood, and I want to buy VOO worth 50,000. Is that possible? Put yes or no. No. Okay. Who else? Maybe we'll have the yes tonight, and let's keep tapping out the life. Let's keep tapping out the no. So that is leverage. No. Now the real estate. So that's the beauty of real estate. With real estate, right? You own asset 200,000 with $40,000. With ETF, you own asset 40,000. Now we talked about appreciation. We talk about growth. Your growth, your appreciation is going to be on 200K, not on 40K. Here, appreciation is going to be, or your growth is going to be on 40K. All right. So that is, so now think about it with, okay, now you have some, okay, let's even leave it like this. Your asset is on 200, so your growth is on 200,000, not on 40,000. Here, ETF is on 40,000. Here is on 200,000. And I know the next thing, but Dr. Lina, you know what? How about the interest that we pay? But you pay interest. Guys, who pays the interest? Who pays the mortgage? Who? Who pays the mortgage? The 160,000 that you owe. That 160,000. Who pays it? Who pays it? The loan with the bank. Who pays? Somebody knows. Somebody will know the answer. This is how much you owe. Somebody called the tenant. So why are we troubling ourselves? This is the beauty. This is the, that's the things that is the man. Right? This is the beauty. It's the business. It's the tenant that pays. So, but who owns the asset? Your asset is on 200,000. Your growth is on 200,000. It's not yourself. It's an investment property. Right, exactly. Joe, latest millionaire. If anybody is new here, click on that follow button. Click on that follow button. We're wrapping up the live. Turn on notification bell as well. We'll soon be wrapping out the live. Do we understand it? Diamond say, wow. Please, what about power of compound interest with ETF? That is the appreciation. The appreciation is on 40K. Remember, power of compound, that is the growth that you're talking about. Whatever the compound interest is, the growth. That compound interest is on 40K. We are not disputing that. But the difference here is that the 40K, the growth here is on 40K, not on 200K. Hey, Sephora, how are you doing? But here, the growth is on 200K, even though all you put in is 40K. And the 160K that you owe, it's somebody called the tenant that is paying. So far, the house is occupied, the tenant is paying. Property tax. So far, the tenant, yeah, thank you so much. So far, the tenant, hi, baby. How are you? I hope you're well. Guys, Sephora teaches Spanish, and she also teaches you how to talk about this social media, so she helps. Yeah. Welcome in Ademola, Sonia. Yeah. Latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. If you are new here, click on that follow button. So now, when people, next time, that's why I always say, I do not argue blindly with data. Are you now very clear? It's on 200,000. Now, so we're talking about $1 million status, right? All you have to do, okay, I hope it's fine, all right. My prayers are with her, okay? I hope she feels better. Now, 160K. Now, we're talking about $1 million status. So if you have 40K, 40,000 times 5, okay? 40,000 times 5. Please tap out the live, get your daily admin, share out the live. Thank you. Right? 40,000, if you do it 5 times, that is going to give you times 5. How much is that, guys? 200K times 5. How much is that? Somebody help me. 200K times 5. How much is that? 20K. All right, that's fine. I see the reason. I see the reason why you got zero in in your math. Thank you so much. 1M, 1 million in assets. Your net worth is going to be, it's yeah, your net worth, you have assets of $1 million. Even though your net worth is 200,000, your growth is going to be on this Y5. And just remember, we said this is a $1 million league. Can you imagine? Remember, this is a $1 million league. We are talking on 10th step. We're talking on the 9th step to get to that $1 million status, right? The 9th step, remember, you guys remember? Let's go back. If you are just joining, click on the follow button. Remember, this is we're talking $0 to $1 million. That's one strategy for you. Okay? 0 to $1 million. So if you are using the real estate route, because you can save, and I'm going to teach you how you can actually do the ETF, the exact flow. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. How you go from the ETF to real estate, how you bounce to the next thing, right? Maybe I'll teach that tomorrow, right? That is where the real million is coming, right? Remember, this is $1 Million League, the community of millionaires. So let's assume that is what, and let's see, you get to the $1 million, and you're wondering, Dr. Lina is crazy. $1 million, $40,000. $40,000, guys. Right? That's why we start with your income. Okay? That's why we start with your income. Now your mind will think about it. It's 40,000. Trust me, some people are buying Mercedes. They're not thinking about it. Some people are buying a mess, and you're not buying a mess. Trust me, if you do this, $27 a day. Yours is even coffee. You are buying every single day. If you can afford $27 a day, $27.40 a day, put it in the comment. I can afford $27.40, put it in the comment. I know I'm drifting and I do not like this. How many years will it take you to multiply that by 5? So 5 means getting by 5 houses exactly. You can, exactly. $27 a day. Who else? $27.40 a day. So I want to also teach you something. You can. All right. Who else? Only 2 people can afford $27. But guess what? You are eating lunch, $15, $18 a day. Some people have already been to the bar today. They've done taking section in the club. It's Friday night, right? Yet you don't have that money, right? Some of us, Gucci shirt, we're doing that. $27 a day. Some of us take Starbucks every single day. Yes. But $27 a day. $27.40 is $10,000 a year. I can, exactly. $27.40, that is $10,000 a year. Oh, absolutely. I love that. That one as well. $27.40. Oh, okay, so I'm supposed to be laughing. Sorry. $27.40, that is $10,000. If you multiply that, that is $54.80. You do that every day. Deny yourself of all those Amazon, of all those things that you're buying. Even if you have to stop that Netflix, because you have Netflix, you have Hulu, you also have the whatever. I can, but I don't spend dollars. So do the ones, because your properties are not going to be because what country are you? What country are you? Amen. What country? All right. But anyway, we understand. So if you do that, you can do $54. If you can increase that to $54, whenever you get a promotion, instead of you spending that money to say, okay, let me increase lifestyle, stop it and say the increase in that money, let me put it towards it. Now you know the numbers. The goal is for you to know the numbers. Let me tell you something. The minute I told myself that I needed to start buying properties, there are years when we were buying 3 properties, 4 properties a year in 1 year. There was one Christmas that we had nothing left because we literally carried $250,000. And yours is different because we were also buying cash. Some were bought cash. Literally carried $250,000 to buy a property. Love the Excel. And the only saving grace that the kids had then was the fact that we had bought things on Black Friday. Otherwise Santa wouldn't have showed up that year. And everybody understood. Everybody understood and everybody was locked in. We bought it. The property was worth 320,000. So 70,000 or whatever, 60,000 off the back, or 70,000. That's that's all that it takes. Rent for 2,350 or whatever. Anyway, so leverage. That is the power of leverage. This one, that's it. $200,000. That's it. 200,000. All you put in is 40,000, but your growth is on the 200,000. Appreciation, everything, equity, everything is on 200,000, not on 40,000. Does that make sense? Your what's it called? The cash flow as well. It's going to be on 200,000 or not on 40,000. With ETF, the growth and the equity is going to, so your dividends or whatever. So your dividend, your rent, your tenant is not going to say because you put 40,000 down and say, oh, your rent is now 40,000. Which state are you from? I'm in Texas. So equity, leverage. All right. If you are new here, we're going to be wrapping up the live. Make sure you click on the follow button. You'll be sitting there for 2 minutes. I like your lecture. I wish these will come up again because I'm busy. Oh, that's great. Yeah, that is great. We are starting the 12 days challenge during this week. So we might be able to touch it again. And I'll still be teaching tomorrow. All right. Now, number 5. Are we good on anybody still? Everybody clear on leverage? Everybody, I can give you definition, but when I teach you like this, you will never forget. That's how my teachers taught me, and that's why I'm very pictorial, very clear. Awesome. Number 5, anybody that is not clear, let me know. Right? Number 5 is other people's money, use of other people's money. You're concerned about, oh, you know what? Interest rate is at 6%, is at 7%. I'm lost, but do you have videos on past lectures? Go to my YouTube channel. It's Money Talk with Dr. Lina. Go Money Talk with Dr. Lina on YouTube. You would find videos that are going to go there and subscribe to the channel. Okay. Doctor, your weather is an eye-opener to me. I'm glad to stumble in here. Awesome. Yeah, thank you. So next time somebody is arguing with you, there's this argument that happens. ETF is better than the same thing I'm hearing right now. Being a renter is better than being owner. Ownership of a property is better. Renting is better than buying a house. And I'm like, that's the lie, the biggest lie. The same way they taught us to go to school, or work for 45 years. That's the same lie that is happening. BlackRock is buying all the single family homes, and they are selling us a lie that we should be, go and rent a house and, instead of buying, and then you use the difference and go and invest. It's not the same thing, guys. It's the biggest lie. So please, anyway, other people's money. Interest, who pays it? The tenant. You use the tenant's money to pay back this 160,000. You use the tenant's money to pay the mortgage. So far, your numbers are right? Because before you even take any action, you need to be able to pay your rent should cover your mortgage, and you have something left, right? So it means that the interest is covered, insurance is covered, taxes are covered, HOA is covered, everything. In short, it covers vacancy, it covers repairs. Then it's a good deal. Then it goes a good deal before you can move forward. Then you use other people's money. You use the bank's money. Then the last person's money that you want to use, this one, you use the IRS money, meaning tax money. That's the sweetest part of it. That's the sweetest part of it. And especially if you make decent income. What about, what is CF? Cash flow, okay? That's the one that tenants pays you every month, okay? Tenants, your mortgage minus your rent. Your rent, that's cash flow, okay? All right. So if you're new, can we tap it out to 50,000? Can we get it to 50,000? If you all are start tapping right now, we will all get to 50,000. Okay, let's keep tapping out. And if you are new, you're new, click on that follow button. You'll be sitting here for 2 minutes. I know you came in and you're like, oh my goodness, let me get my pen and paper, right? You are locked in. Click on that follow button. Let's click on the follow button. Wait 2 minutes. I mean, I want to believe that you've been here 2 minutes. I've been watching everyone, right? I know you've been here more than 2 minutes. Click on that follow button. Let's welcome you. Let's welcome you on the red carpet. And you're just new here. This is the $1 Million League. So obviously you see us talk about high ticketed items, real estate, ETF, right? We're talking about 200,000. You're seeing 1 million. You're like, oh my goodness, what sort of group is this? This is the community of millionaire. And we do have Alex and Shaker's latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. And Ziggy says, I have to be on that red carpet. Welcome in. This is the $1 Million League. If you're new here, this is the community of millionaire. Tony, latest millionaire. Hi, the Explorer. Welcome in. Click on the follow button. Man, please watch your YouTube. Money Talk with Dr. Lina. The same name, the same picture, the same everything. The same name, the same picture, the same everything. As a matter of fact, I'll show you. Let me quickly go and show the QR code so you don't miss it.